is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes, I don't like that.
You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
Okay, thank you, Gerard Butler. We've got an all-new interview with the movie star coming up a bit later. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 26th. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon. I am Sam. Let's get right to it. The President and First Lady were in France over the weekend for the G7 summit, where world leaders gathered to address major global challenges. And we're breaking down some of the most talked about moments, like this one, when the president greeted Germany's Angela Merkel with a pair of kisses. Meantime, a lot of people were commenting on this picture of the First Lady who went in for a kiss with the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Melania also joined some of the other wives on a wine tasting tour while in Southwest France. And finally, the meeting wrapped up today with a commitment of $20 million to fight wildfires in the Amazon. The pledge came at a meeting on climate change that the president did not attend.
Yeah, he skipped. He had other meetings. We're not quite sure yet what those other meetings were or what took precedent over losing the world's lungs. Two things I want you guys to take away from this is about the Brazilian president. One, he was angry that they are trying to help. He said it was like calling us a colony, trying to take over. That's not true. When your country needs help, your country needs help. And number two,
but he's also responsible for the fires.
Exactly.
So he's definitely going to want to defend those fires.
Yeah, and it's going to look bad for him. I can see an ousting soon. That's my speculation. Number two, he publicly humiliated the First Lady of France. Now, this is what happened. Someone posted a picture of his wife, Macron's wife, Brigitte, next to a picture of him and his wife on his Facebook page. And he posted, "Don't humiliate the man, ha ha."
Wow.
And now Macron has fought back.
That's low
and
just
said,
from like a teenager, let alone a leader.
Give me a break. And France has fought back and said, you know what? You've extremely humiliated and wrote enormously horrible things about my wife. And as he should, he stood up for his wife. This guy is a no-gooder. I'm just telling you guys, look out for his ousting.
Yeah.
One thing I'm really grateful for as part of the summit is that the French President Emmanuel Macron, he was the summit host, he agreed £20 million, dollars, euros towards helping the Amazon. But what I find absolutely disgusting also with the Brazilian president, just weeks ago he fired the head of an agency who reported an increase of 88% deforestation compared to June last year. This man is bad news.
Yeah, he's looking at the bottom dollar, and you can be the most greedy person in the world, but that's not going to save you when there's no planet.
Yeah.
So that's the sad reality that we are all under. Please chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you as well. Well, GMA co-host Lera Spencer is coming under fire as we speak for comments she made on Friday, mocking Prince George for his love of ballet. In case you missed it, here it is.
Prince William says George absolutely loves ballet. I have news for you, Prince William. We'll see how long that lasts.
And then she ended it with, well, he might. And this morning, she apologized on the show. Watch.
I screwed up. I did. The comment I made about dance was insensitive. It was stupid, and I am deeply sorry. I've spoken with several members of the dance community over the past few days. I have listened. I have learned about the bravery it takes for a young boy to pursue a career in dance. And last night I sat down with 3 influential dancers who have lived it firsthand.
I'm sorry, but I don't think she should have apologized.
I do.
For that, because she didn't call him any sort of name. She smirked a little bit, and I feel as though we're going down this road where we're allowing these kids to continuously fall victim to a stereotype instead of uplifting these kids and letting them realize that you are not your stereotype.
See, I love that, Brandon. So we're on the same side here, because what you just said is very important. You don't want people to reinforce bad stereotypes. You don't want a young boy to quit dance when this could be their potential out from a community. This could be their goal, and maybe they just love it. It doesn't matter, but you don't want them to quit just because of those stereotypes. And there's straight dancers, there's gay dancers, there's female dancers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But so many young male dancers fall victim to this. And I think because she has a platform, she needs to apologize. I really, really do, because those stereotypes are so well ingrained in our society that she can just say it so flippantly. And she, believe me, I don't think Lera meant to be malicious at all. But it's so ingrained in our culture today that we say it so flippantly, and we need people to call us out.
So ingrained. Did you see the audience? They clapped.
Yeah.
They all laughed and they all clapped.
But
That's
a lot of people on social media called her out,
Agreed.
respectfully.
Which is
I
a
didn't
great
see
thing
a
that
lot
they
of
did.
hate out there, but I'm glad
There's
that we live
pushback.
in a society today where you can say, hey, I don't like those stereotypes, but I do think that she should have apologized. And I think she apologized sincerely, and I really give her credit for that.
But Sam, the other day when I said addiction is not a disease, that's something that warrants
I think
an apology.
both are.
But something like this, I have a nephew that he dances. I'm his biggest fan. Can we show this video of my nephew? I'm his biggest fan. I'm that uncle who goes, you better stay in your dance
What if
class.
someone laughed at your nephew?
I'm going
on
to
live TV, what if someone laughed at your nephew and said he might not finish it? You don't think you'd be a little irked by that?
I'm going to tell my nephew, because I've already prepped him for the smirks, for anything, because we've all been bullied, whether
think you
it's
can do
being
both.
black or being
Yeah.
chubby, being anything.
Fair enough.
So instead of just running away from it, let's get these kids
They could do
prepared for the
ABC.
I like
real
both,
world.
but I think you can say
Yeah.
both, and I think it's also good on us to call people out.
sure.
You know, just
Yeah.
like I thought it was awesome of you to look right into the camera and say to the viewer that, you know what, you were misinformed when it
Yes.
came to addiction not
Yes.
being a disease, and I thought I think that said more about your character, Brandon, than anything else, because you were able to be self-aware enough to say, I shouldn't have said that, because we've all said things
Yeah, of course.
we shouldn't have. So I give Lera a lot of credit for owning up. All right, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one, Brandon. Football fans were in for a big shock over the weekend when Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck announced he was retiring at the age of 29 due to his growing list of injuries. Watch.
It certainly isn't how I envisioned this or planned this, but I am going to retire. It's been 4 years of this injury pain rehab cycle, and for me to move forward in my life the way I want to, it doesn't involve football.
Fans were upset. Some took to Twitter to share their opinions, including Fox Sports commentator Doug Gottlieb, who tweeted retiring cause rehabbing is too hard, is the most millennial thing ever. Well, Troy Aikman responded, tweeting, that's total bleep, Doug. What qualifies you to decide how someone should live their life? So you're now the authority on what motivates Andrew Luck, and if his decisions don't fit into what you think is best for him, then you rip him? Okay, so I can't wait to hear your opinion. We're lucky enough to have a former NFL football player on our panel. And Brandon, what is it about fans thinking that they have ownership over you? Because are they there for you if you were to have, like, if you're concussed, are they there for you?
Some are. And I think that it's just this overall consensus where they think that because they pay for the merchandise, they pay for the tickets, that sort of stuff, and they, in a way, pay our salary, they own us in a way. But that's not the case. You may contribute to my salary as a football player, but what about me as a father? What about me as a brother or someone's uncle? So instead of, for a guy like Andrew Luck, who has suffered so many injuries, where he's even had to sit out a year, a complete season because of those injuries, one thing if you boo him because his production goes down, but I'll be darned if I let someone boo him or criticize him because now his quality of life has gone down. And Stephanie, I'm sure you've seen this with the shooters, the horseback riders. When you can't do it anymore, when your body can't keep up with the love, you got to let it go.
I think that's the thing. I think for us regular civilians that aren't athletes, that aren't putting our bodies into that distress every single day, it's very hard for us to understand. I mean, you were getting up at what, 4, 5 in the morning every single day. You're working to the point where you feel physically sick every single day. And you actually listed some of his injuries earlier.
It's like a lacerated kidney.
I mean, this is serious injury. This isn't just like I'm aching, I'm sore from the gym. This is like really
and for
damaging.
people to call him weak and say that he's just a millennial, it's really disgusting. So good on Troy Aikman and good on you for calling out Doug.
I think they'd rather see him play into the stereotype and tough it out and then get hooked on the opioids.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Which a lot of people do. Randy Grimes, same thing happened.
And then can't throw a frisbee to his son, as you said earlier. Well said, Brandon. Thank you for that. Well, in a case that might be the first of its kind, this celebrated NASA astronaut has been accused of hacking into her estranged wife's bank account. From the International Space Station, which could mean that the space station is now the scene of a crime.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. Astronaut Anne McClain said she assessed the account, but has denied wrongdoing, saying through a lawyer that she was merely making sure the family's finances were in order. McClain and her wife are in the midst of a separation and custody dispute. Meantime, NASA is investigating the alleged space crime. Tori, this is the first of its kind.
People are like, Space Force, first time we need it. So what's really interesting is who has jurisdiction here, right? So we talk about international waters.
Yep.
When you're in a pirate or you're in a boat, sometimes the law of the land is there's no land. So in space, it's like who has direct jurisdiction or who can enforce? Well, the estranged wife, found that she had gone into her bank account from a NASA IP address in space to look at her bank records. Now, she never took any money. She never did anything with it. But she said to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, I have been, there's identity theft here.
Right.
So that's where they're going to go. It's going to stay in America. But a lot of people wondering if there's a murder up there at some point.
Right.
It's a weird no man's land.
It's a little bit of a no man's land. But is this also maybe an example of how messy custody battles can be? I mean, there's two sides to the story, and then there's the truth. We really don't know all the details yet.
No, not at all.
I can tell you one thing.
What?
I will stay single. Because if women can hack you from space now, fellas, watch out. They can hack you from Mars. Huh?
No, they can't.
Yeah, she just did it.
There's repercussions.
She just did it.
And there's not a slew of women up in Mars, so you're good. DBL is live. Coming up, actor Gerard Butler tells us behind-the-scenes details on daredevil stunts, including an intense scene with Morgan Freeman in his new movie Angel Has Fallen. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. A mom's disciplinary methods are going viral after she posted online. But is this kind of public shaming of children okay? We want to hear your comments on that coming up next.
Well, hey there, DBL Nation. Kelly Sugar here with the DBL Digital team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news for you. Happy Monday. Let us know how your weekend was. Let's go to the desk and see what's going on with the host. Hey, Tor. Hey. I'm just doing a little thing here. Come on over.
So,
sorry.
XOOX just wrote, I feel like they should retire before the season starts. Make this your last season or let us know it's your last game.
Now, Stu, will you come over here? Wave your hand. If you guys see Stu, he was at a fantasy football draft. He has a story to tell you, which I think a lot of people went through this weekend. I just wanted you to tell us the Andrew Luck story. You guys know Stu, our old stage manager, and now our production manager.
So, yeah, we were deep in this fantasy football draft Saturday night, and a guy drafted Andrew Luck. Everybody's good with it, and literally 3 rounds later, which means about 20 to 30 minutes after he drafted it, the first tweets start coming out about it, and he's like, it was a great freeze frame moment of just, I don't know what, we've never dealt with this before.
It's like Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like bomb, like, what are you gonna do?
They're all like, well, tough.
I mean, it's bad luck.
Sorry.
Bad Andrew luck. Andrew bad luck. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so I do hear what you're saying. I wanted to read what he said to the New York Times. I thought it was pretty poignant in a bizarre place. He said this, I feel tired, and not just in the physical sense. And I think that says a lot. The lack of progress just builds up, and you turn the corner, and then you just run into another stumbling block. Now, I know he didn't say this, and Brandon's not here, but I wanted to know what you guys thought. Do you think that he also retired, this is speculative, just coming from me, because of CTE in the future? We know a lot of guys, after repetitive hits over and over and over again, they can be honestly like a vegetable, memory lapses, impulse control problems, and people have retired because of that. I wonder if they played in, or if you think it's purely the mental anguish of getting through the recovery process. So write me in, let me know. Oh, he's back. Wow, that was like a magic show. I looked and you were gone, and then you were. CTE, I wanted to talk to you about in the next break. All right, let me know.
It was like.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. A Florida mom is receiving national attention for disciplining her 6-year-old daughter and posting about it online. She searched 3 stores to buy her daughter the pencil case she asked for, but her first grader threw it away because other kids had it. The mom reacted by replacing the surprise gift with a Ziploc bag and made her daughter give it to a more deserving student, then posted about the valuable lesson online. So DBL Nation, was this proper parenting or in your opinion too extreme? Take it away, Brandon.
Here we go. LC from Facebook says, parents discipline their kids every day. Why some parents need validation from people on social media is puzzling. I kind of agree with that. My aunt's in, she's here today, and she just showed me a video of my cousin getting stuck on a baby swing. She said she doesn't want to post it because, you know, he's a little older. That can be kind of embarrassing to him. But this kid we're talking about, that little ungrateful little kid, oh yeah, got to get shamed.
No.
Went to 3 different stores trying to find you a pencil box.
I love the discipline. I applaud the mom for that discipline. Great lesson in it, but I don't think she needs to publicly do it. I agree with your aunt. I agree with your aunt.
Listen to your aunt, Brandon. Michael from there she is. How cute is she? Hi, guys. Michael from YouTube says that kid is being disciplined a couple years too late if she had the audacity to throw away a new gift. I'm interested in her backstory. She's 6 years old.
She's 6 years old.
For a second.
That's how it starts.
Second of all, imagine there's no internet here and the mom took the kid in front of thousands of people and literally paraded her around and said, shame, shame, shame. That's what the internet did to her. There's no need for it. It's overly done. If you already do the pencil case, have her give it to another kid. That lesson's been learned. I'm not going to trust my mom or dad if they publicly shame me, and that's a bad precedent to start. Bad, bad, bad.
XO from YouTube says, my mum yelled at me in public all the time and I still love her.
There's a difference.
I think this is a slightly different situation, and that does happen. I mean, I guarantee I was naughty in that supermarket and I got yelled at. But I think the difference is I really appreciate the lesson that the mum taught the child here, and that, you know, things don't come for free and you have to work hard for things. You ask for something, someone buys it, you should appreciate it. I'm all for that. What I don't like in this situation is that the mum did publicly shame their daughter on social media, which is a platform at 6 you're not even going to understand, or neither are your friends. So really, I think she was doing it for her own self-validation and her parenting skills, which makes me think, who here needs a lesson?
Well said, Steph. Lionel from YouTube says, I'm glad she nipped this in the bud. Had she not, this could lead to even worse behavior. Kids that think you owe them something. I agree, Lionel. I think she handled it perfectly, minus the public shaming part of it. The kid doesn't even know about it.
Like, why do it?
What's the point? You did it for yourself, as Stephanie just said. But thank you for writing in. We do love hearing all that you have to say. Well, Taylor Swift has just put in place some new security measures. Interesting. Raquel Villanueva, please tell us the news at the moment.
Sam, Taylor Swift will now have security cameras pointed at her backside every time she meets a fan. The singer tells The Guardian she wants to make sure she is never groped again. Swift was sued for defamation after a radio DJ was fired for reportedly putting his hand up her dress at a meet and greet. She countersued for sexual assault and won her case in 2017. Since then, Swift says she's been traumatized by the whole ordeal. She says if it's something that happens again, she'll have video proof from every angle.
I'm really proud of her. This happened in Denver, if you remember. This was when we first started DBL. She sued for $1. It didn't matter to her the money. It was the statement to all the other little girls or boys out there. I don't care if you say, oh, I did it and no one saw. My hand is on your butt. That's assault. That's groping, and I will not stand for it. Bravo to her.
She's meeting and greeting hundreds of people every single time.
And she said, no one saw me. It wasn't a big deal. It was. And she won that case for $1 and a lot of pride.
Protecting herself.
Absolutely.
Don't blame her one bit. Coming up on DBL, actor Gerard Butler tells me what it's really like doing all those scary stunts and faking an American accent when we come back.
Hey guys, today I am trying my very first Arbys Meat Mountain. Will it be as suspicious as the name sounds? Most likely. Let's give it a go. Now, here is my first viewing of said Meat Mountain, and it kind of looks creepy as hell. There's a lot of cheesy sauce going down the side. I don't know what you guys in America are thinking, even inventing this. This is the ultimate carnivore's dream. I can see we've got some kind of crispy onions glued together in the bun with a delightful barbecue sauce. Not sure about that. Bacon, cheese. I think it's chicken, turkey. I think it's beef or pork. I don't know, but I can't really smell it because it smells so meaty. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. Okay, but for you guys, DBL Nation, I'm gonna give this a go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, I got a mouthful of chicken and that tastes great. I think I need to try some of the more meat stuff. I just need to like get in there more. You know what? I actually really like it. That is actually really good. I'm actually not that much of a meat lover, but holy smokes.
Holy smokes.
This is an 8 out of 10. You know what? This is worth, I don't know how much it costs. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't buy this, but however much it was. The smell is a bit intense. It's very meat potent, but the taste is delicious. I think upon seeing this monstrosity of many meaty flaps, it's falling apart. Most British people would be very alarmed. I mean, when I saw it, I mean, what is this? The presentation, Arbys.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Chatting with the Stars features Gerard Butler. Earlier, I sat down with him to talk about everything from a wild stunt to his very convincing American accent. First, check out a clip from his new movie, Angel Has Fallen.
Don't move, they're tracking us somehow. Just hold still and keep them covered, Murph. I'm coming to you.
Jerry Butler, welcome to DBL. I'm so excited to talk with you about your new movie, Angel Has Fallen. You're back as the Secret Service agent for the third film in the series. Now, what I love about the film, of course, it is a fun action adventure, but it also highlights PTSD. So please tell us all about that.
There's some damaged minds in this movie, which is kind of what caused our plot to progress. But yeah, PTSD, my character has it. That adrenaline buzz that you get so often for these service members, having to come back and deal with reality, which is what Mike's situation is. I think it deals in a very clever, sophisticated way that makes the journey all the more exciting because Mike's really struggling to get through, and also all the more interesting and emotional and powerful.
Yeah, it's nuanced. So amen, kudos to you. And I know you've done a ton of dangerous stunts in your career. The surfing accident in Chasing Mavericks comes to mind. And this film is no exception. Tell me about the stunt you did with Morgan Freeman that involved water also. I heard it was pretty intense.
Yeah, because you feel a big responsibility. You have Morgan Freeman in the water. It's deep. You can drown. And I have to push him down, and we have to do it many times. I have to push him down as deep and for as long as I could without drowning him. So there's some responsibility in that. But and he's not a fan of the water, let me tell you.
Oh, no. Now, you stay in really good shape for all the action roles you play, but your physique in 300 was on another level. Has anything else ever compared to the physical and the mental training required for that movie?
I've put in a lot of training for a lot of different movies, but 300 was another level for me. I was training 6 hours a day. My whole thing in that movie was I want to train so hard that I don't feel like an actor standing in front of the stuntmen, but I actually have their respect. And when I stand there going, oh, you know, how that they're like, yeah, I'd follow him. He's nuts.
That's amazing. I love your Scottish accent, but what is it like transitioning to an American accent so often for movies? You do it seamlessly. Can you do it right now on the fly?
I don't know.
I do have a really cute dress on today. Tell me I look lovely today in American.
Hey, Sam, you look lovely today.
Thank you.
To tell you that.
Oh my gosh, I'm blushing over here. Well, your new movie, Angel Has Fallen, is in theaters right now. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.
Ooh, I'm blushing. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration.
Hey, welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. Thanks for joining me. And if you didn't know, I'm Dre for the Slay. And today we're talking about some of the new beauty trends that are coming. Now, I had to use my sidekick powers and go ahead and look into the future a little bit to see what's going on with the beauty world. We've seen a lot happen in the last couple of years, from big bushy brows to these crazy highlights on the face and everything in between. But I feel like we're actually rolling back into some great eras with what's going on in the near future for fall beauty trends. Now, for our 2019 fall beauty trends, I'm seeing monochromatic looks everywhere. Now, these are great because you're using something like a lipstick that you're wearing. Think of a red lipstick, and you're taking that same color and applying it to your cheeks, and maybe even to the high temples of your cheekbones as well. And then sometimes, like we did with Lex a couple weeks ago, go back and look at that video, even using it on the eyes. Now, I'm seeing this pop up more and more on fashion walkways, so I'm thinking it's gonna catch on into fall as well. Now, another look that I see coming on up is graphic liner. Yes, I'm here for this look so much. Remember the 60s, very like Kennedy-esque, those big wing liners, or sometimes more of like that liner that just is etched out on the eye, and more design looks overall in general. These are great for really making sure that you're making a look that is saying, you're making a look that says something, okay? You can really step out into these looks, which I'm here for. Take any type of liquid liner. My personal favorite is actually Maybelline 24-Hour Precision Studio Liner. It's thebomb.com and it's cheap, honey, so you never have to worry about it just going out on you, okay? Now, for more fall beauty trends, let's talk about some more actually next week, and you can check part 2 out for our next video. Go ahead and make sure that you're following at Jure for the Slay and Daily Blast Live for more beauty blasts, and we'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back. Today we are celebrating a big milestone here at DBL. Big deal. That's right. We are entering our 100th week of shows. We want to thank our viewers, of course, for tuning in every day. We really do thank you all. We consider you our 5th host. I mean, when we do 5th host, we love hearing what you say. We're constantly reading your comments, so we appreciate you all. I mean, we do like 6 shows a day, so that's a lot of shows.
That's 100 weeks, not 100 shows. Ooh. That's a lot. And I want to thank everyone behind the scenes working on this show.
Big time.
Yes,
We would not be here with every single individual in this room, as well as the people in the booth. Do we still have that camera in the booth?
Yeah.
Can we utilize that camera and then we can show the booth? We don't have it. But Rob, can we get a little? Rob's gonna hopefully in the last couple seconds.
Go through. There.
Yes, he can, David. Yes, he can. Bye, guys.
Good job, everybody. That's cool. I have an awesome story for you. Tori Schulman here. That was weird. Did I say my full name? That was weird. I want to tell you an awesome story. It's going to make your day. We're going to go to a picture of a gentleman 17 years old named David Ledbetter of North Carolina. There was a line for the new Popeyes chicken that was out of control at Popeyes. You know, the chicken wars, sandwich wars that went viral. And this gentleman, who is not yet old enough to vote, stood in line with a piece of cardboard paper and a clipboard and got people to register to vote. A 17
17-year-old teenager who can't even vote himself. Sorry, I'm also getting eyeliner because I look smudgy. David Ledbetter. I am so proud of you for thinking about that, for being creative, for jumping on an opportunity. You got people doing nothing, waiting in line, and what are you going to do? You're going to enroll them to vote. I think it's a phenomenal job, and here at DBL, no matter who you vote for, we just want to up the voting for young people especially. 18 to 34 are the least likely to vote. We need your voice. You're the ones with the environment that we're going to leave you with. You're the ones with all of the issues, so we need your voice. So to David Ledbetter, a huge shout out and a big, big mazel tov. That was weird too.
It's very mazel.
It was too much, wasn't it?
It's a lot of mazel.
It was too much.
Just a little. Not like I was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was a little much with the thing. Anyway, I was very verklempt when I read the story. It's a lot of work. It was hot. It's summer, and he stood out there and did his deed. So not even old enough to do it. That's real altruism. So really huge, big shout out. Bye.
We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You think this hair just naturally stays like that?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
Thank you. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 26th. I'm here with Tori, Jeff, Al. I am Sam. Erica has the day off. Let's get right to it. Well, GMA co-host Lera Spencer is coming under fire right now for comments she made on Friday, mocking Prince George for his love of ballet. In case you missed it, here it is.
William says George absolutely loves ballet. I have news for you, Prince William. We'll see how long that lasts.
And this morning, she apologized on the show. Take a look.
I screwed up. I did. The comment I made about dance was insensitive, it was stupid, and I am deeply sorry. I've spoken with several members of the dance community over the past few days. I have listened. I have learned about the bravery it takes for a young boy to pursue a career in dance. And last night I sat down with 3 influential dancers who have lived it firsthand.
Wow. And before I get your comment, Tori, we have a producer here that was very open. He said, please share my story. He was a young dancer, young ballet dancer, and he quit because he was afraid of people making fun of him, people calling him gay. Even though he is gay, but at the time when he was a young boy, he didn't even want to have people talking about his sexuality. So that's the danger of these reinforced gender and sexuality stereotypes, right? I don't think she meant anything malicious.
Yeah, I don't think this
If
was...
anything, it's a nice conversation that we can talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think, again, she was trying to be malicious. But again, it's so stereotypical that the audience just burst out in random applause. I mean, that's how ingrained in our in that feeling we are. Gene Kelly's widower just came out and said, Gene Kelly from Singing in the Rain, put out a thing called Dancing, It's a Man's World. And it was a documentary trying to break that stereotype. And she said, even in 2019, we're not really there yet. ABC, you can do better. And you know what? They can. And she apologized and we'll move on. So good for her to take that responsibility.
What did you think about it?
You know, here's the thing. Arguably the best boxer in the whole world, Vasyl Lomachenko. What has an awesome story. He boxed from when he was 4 till 9 years old. He grew up in the Ukraine. His dad pulled him out of boxing. From 9 to 13, he took ballet.
Wow.
Now he's a 2-time gold medalist.
No way.
And arguably the best boxer in the world right now.
So he went back to boxing.
Went back to, his dad's like, if you're going to do this as a career, you're going to get your footwork right. Wow. He took ballet, and if you watch this guy fight, it's a show. Wow. It's a show. Yeah,
I mean,
so
Muhammad
I think
Ali said that, right?
Well, there's a lot of football players. Lynn Swann, I think, arguably back in the day, many people right now, it's not the thing that it used to be with that stereotype.
Right, and the athleticism. The athleticism, the determination. So it's such an old stereotype. I'm glad that the viewers called her out, even though the people in the room did not. I'm glad that we are talking about
I will say this, even with the clip, there was a little hesitancy with the clap. Everybody's like,
yeah, I think you're right about that.
It was kind of, because you know what? more than it being homophobic, more than it just sounded outdated. You sound old. You sound like somebody's old grandfather in the garage. You're gonna go dancing with your gay friends.
Yep.
You sound like an old person.
Yep.
And I think she felt that in that moment. You saw her face, and then she went and she healed herself and came back and apologized, because you can tell she genuinely. No one wrote that for her. She was genuinely embarrassed, and I'm glad she did better. We can do better. I would love for my kids to be in ballet.
Real quick, Prince William just said it reminded me of my mother who likes to dance, and we have a picture of Princess Diana, and I just want to say that's her grandson, and that's really important to see that.
That is a very touching photo. Very touching. Well, football fans were in for a big shock over the weekend when Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck announced he was retiring at the age of 29 due to his growing list of injuries. Watch.
It certainly isn't how I envisioned this or planned this, but I am going to retire. It's been 4 years of this injury pain rehab cycle, and for me to move forward in my life the way I want to, it doesn't involve football. Well, my friends, thank you.
Wow. A lot of fans were upset. Some took to Twitter to share their opinions, including Fox Sports commentator Doug Gottlieb, who tweeted, "Retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever." Troy Aikman has responded, tweeting, "That's total bleep, Doug. What qualifies you to decide how someone should live their life?" You played football. You played football in college. What is it about certain people like Doug Gottlieb and fans thinking that they have ownership over your body?
I don't know, but I applaud Troy Aikman for sticking up for him. The fans booed him when he announced this in Indianapolis. Yeah, he got booed and he felt really hurt. This guy listen, this wasn't a willy-nilly thing that he's like, hey, I'm just going to retire today. I screw the fans, screw Indianapolis. They respected him so much that they let him keep $25 million of his signing bonus. That's how much this guy was respected by the organization.
And he stood to lose hundreds of millions.
Yeah, I mean, if he would have kept playing till he's Tom Brady's age, of course. But he had to fight this demon. Listen, football is life. I played Division III football, and it was tough for me to say goodbye. At this level, for this man to come to that life decision thinking my family is more important, my life is more important, I applaud him, man. Way to go, Andrew Luck.
Well said. Thank you for that, Jeff. So is space crime now a thing? Well, this NASA astronaut has been accused of hacking into her estranged wife's bank account from the International Space Station, which could mean that the space station is now the scene of a crime, Tori. Astronaut Anne McClain said she accessed the account but has denied wrongdoing, saying through a lawyer that she was merely making sure the family's finances were in order. McClain and her wife are in the midst of a separation and custody dispute. Meantime, NASA is investigating the alleged space crime. This is international waters, so to speak.
It's so
How do they even deal with the murkiness of this? Or is this just like a child custody case gone wrong?
It's probably going to boil down to that, but this is so murky in like legal worlds and, you know, just philosophically, when we talk about international waters, there's no law there and you have to figure it out. Well, in space, who's in charge,
so what if there was like a crime, like a murder,
right? But especially between two different countries, right? So it's not who would be in charge of that? That's in a really fascinating discussion that we're going to need to start having, because that law needs to be put into place.
Wow.
So it stinks that this happened. She didn't move any money. She didn't take any money. She was just checking, and she accessed it from space using the NASA IP address.
Crazy. Doesn't it just show you how much we've been lied to about our space movies?
What do you mean?
Like there's such action-packed, and like there's an alien chasing you, and you have to duck down a hatch or something.
No,
and really it's just somebody checking their account. That's how boring it is in space. You're like, all right, let me move 500 into savings. Do you understand how boring it has to be up there? There's no noise.
I know.
It's gotta be.
They work out. They have to work out I think a certain amount of time a day, because otherwise they
atrophy the muscles. Yeah.
What would you do in space with all your free time? What would you do?
I don't know. I think they could bring music up there.
I know, but how long do you go through that playlist?
What?
Because you got to be up there for a while, right?
Playlist? Jeff has CD after CD after CD, all labeled.
Space
You would
Jams.
have your own space CD, right?
Dude, I would make one for
You would have
sure.
Space Jams.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay tuned for later in the show, because we're going to go over our former president Barack Obama's playlist, and it is good. We have to give a big DBL shout out to this Louisiana team who, with this play, won its first ever Little League World Series title yesterday. The team is from New Orleans.
Curacao too, from the Caribbean. They had an excellent team as well. They lost, but I love the Little League World Series.
It's like your brother was in it.
He was in it. Yeah, they took 5th in the world, which is an amazing feat. But I mean, it's just incredible, the happiness and joy from the fans to the little kids. That's pure joy.
Yes.
I would watch those 12-year-olds over a Major League Baseball game any day.
It is the best of baseball. It's the best of kids. It's the best of sportsmanship.
It's for the love of the game,
It
man.
really is. It's a great sight, and a great team sport too.
And even if the ones that don't, go on to play, Major League Baseball, with like the determination that sports gives you, the perseverance, the goal setting, you're going to have future doctors, lawyers, like whatever they want to do, because sports does instill that in you in such a young age, and then we get to see it manifest itself as they get older.
And by the way, I do want to point out they were the only team that went into the tournament, lost the first game, and went on to win the whole thing.
Really?
So they learned that, speaking about winning and losing, they thought they were down and out, and they turned it around and won the whole thing.
See, those are lessons that you can't.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the coach was like, after they lost that first game, we can still win this whole thing, and everybody's like, all right. Did you see the score of the first game we had?
Like Sam said later in life, they're like, hey, we lost that first game. I bet I could do this now.
Those are life lessons.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, as you learn through failure, as you always say. DBL's Live coming up. Ever wonder what's on a president's playlist? You guys, we're checking out the Obamas, and some of his choices might surprise you. Plus, a girl is learning what compassion is all about. We'll tell you what she's collecting for young asylum seekers in Heart Threads. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. A mom's disciplinary methods are going viral after she posted online. But is public shaming of children okay? Your comments on that coming up next.
Hey DBL Nation, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us today. I think we're going to go to the desk and chat with our hosts to see what's going on with them. Hey guys.
Can't lift their shoulder above their head. What position did you play? Crazy.
Yeah, Jeff, tell us more about your football days. Yeah.
I played running back for my whole life, and then in my last 2 years of college, I switched to safety.
Why in college? Because with swimming, in swimming, you change for different reasons. Like you'll change from like a sprinter to long distance. Why in college did you change from running back to safety?
There was better people than me, and I wasn't going to play.
So it had nothing to do with like you just aging.
No. There was better people that I was never going to see the field, and I was tired of backing them up, So I've tried to switch positions to get on the field more. That's basically what it was. Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question? He didn't bring up CTE explicitly at all,
No.
Andrew Luck. Do you think that in his head it's got to be there, that if I stay, I could end up with memory lapses, impulse control problems?
You've seen his laundry list of injuries.
Oh, he's got a kidney lacerate
Put CTE aside, and I'm sure that's on every football player's mind, no pun intended, but put that aside. His list of injuries are so great. I mean, he took a year off, right, because of his injury. You can just imagine, like Brandon said, how's he supposed to throw a football to his son one day? How's he throw it's not.
It's just the day to day.
Just being in pain, being on OxyContin.
You remember that movie? We talked about it before. Death Becomes Her.
Yes.
I love that.
Where they had they told her to take care of your body because you have to have this for the rest. And then after they started getting scratches and they had to use paint to cover up.
Yep. Meryl Streep,
you only
Goldie
get one of
Hawn,
these bodies.
Bruce Willis.
You cannot shatter your leg.
Yeah.
Or continually wear and tear. You don't have any cartilage in your shoulder, and then well, I'm gonna rehab. People throw the word rehab.
I know.
Rehab and research.
I know.
I'm so sick of those words. People I did my research online. You did nothing.
Yeah.
You know nothing.
Yeah.
Scientists have been researching this for 20 years.
Doctors
so you knocked it out in 15 minutes?
So rehab is kind of overused. I didn't realize that.
Can help.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's never going to be like it was.
Right.
And especially as you get older, in your 30s and 40s, once something's worn down and gone, it's just gone. And after you're retired and you can't get up and run with your kids, what are the fans going to do for you then?
Yeah.
Nothing. No one cares. You see how quick they booed him at halftime.
I did not hear that. Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. A Florida mom is receiving national attention for disciplining her 6-year-old daughter and posting about it online. She searched 3 stores to buy her daughter the pencil case she asked for, but her first grader threw it away because other kids had it. The mom reacted by replacing the surprise gift with a Ziploc bag and made her daughter give it to a more deserving student. Then she posted the valuable lesson online. So DBL Nation, was this proper parenting or too extreme?
All right, Sam, let's do this. Jennifer from Facebook says, good job, Mom. Great lesson to be learned. I liked the lesson. I don't know if we needed to put it online just because I don't know if I'd put pictures of my kids online, period. But, you know, I think it was more about like, hey, everybody, look what I did, rather than saying, even if you were going to tell the story, you could have made it anonymous. That way your daughter's not going to get shamed and kids at her school won't know that this happened to her. So I don't know if that was necessary, but I like the initial lesson.
Well, the daughter is being shamed. Not on her direct Facebook account, but now that it's gone viral, you're looking at people on Twitter being like, good, that 6-year-old's a brat. Good, that 6-year-old's entitled. So yeah, you are now publicly shaming your daughter. So
yeah.
I think the discipline is awesome, not the public shaming.
Mary from Facebook agrees parents should never shame their children online. I'm not a parent, so this is only speculation coming from someone who would think with sympathy. Take the internet away. If you're just shaming them, that's like standing your 6-year-old in front of thousands and thousands of people and making her walk in front of them and being like, look what she did and look what I did. You would never do that. So no, I don't think it's appropriate. I love the discipline, not the shaming.
John from Facebook says, tough love works. Sometimes maybe this child will grow up with more respect while reflecting back on this internet post. John, I think you had it right up until the point where you put on this internet post. You had it right while reflecting back. Positive reinforcement for your children, not shaming them. They're going to end up hating you if you keep doing that. Right. Does everything need to be online these days? Live your life.
Yeah, well said. Haley from Facebook says the pic of her holding the Ziploc bag is priceless. She's going to be like, wow, when she's older. Again, you're talking about a photo of a 6-year-old holding up a bag, and you're talking about the look on a 6-year-old's face. I think this is where it's gone way wrong. Why do we care about a 6-year-old being shamed? It's unbelievable. Like, people are getting off on this. It's crazy to me.
I think the other question, Sam, to your point is, why does the 6-year-old know about this? Why does the 6-year-old know that she should go to other students and be like, hey, I have this, you don't? Like, we've already, as a society, I feel like, instilled something in kids where they are even aware of brand loyalty and aware that certain people get certain things. And that she got mad when she found out other kids had it. She didn't go, oh my gosh, you got the same thing I did, let's go play. She goes, oh, you have this? This is disgusting to me now.
Yeah.
That's the bigger thing to get into is, how does a 6-year-old know that, like, oh, you got, that's last season.
Right.
Ugh.
Right.
Like, where is that coming from?
I know. So I think this is wrong all around.
I also want to just say, according to what you said, is that it does give a distrust to the parent. As she grows older, how are you going to trust your mom to say anything if she might go post it online? I think that's
for the parents'
horrendous.
validation.
Yeah.
There's nothing beneficial that this 6-year-old gains from doing it online.
Yeah.
Again, I think the way that the mom handled it is wonderful up until the online posting. It's the validation.
Yeah.
I want to see how many likes I can get. I want to see
it's all about the mom.
What people are saying about my actions. It's not about your child anymore.
No.
So I hope this becomes a learning lesson for the mother. I really do. And for other people that contemplate, you know, publicly shaming their children, it's positive reinforcement will always win.
I don't understand the likes people strive for, like on social media. It's like a free T-shirt. You knock over little kids and everything to get you do embarrassing things that you would never do, and you unwrap the T-shirt and it's this wide and this big, and you never wear it again. It's the same thing with internet posts. You get your satisfaction by grabbing that T-shirt, and then when you open it up, you're like, well, I still feel pretty empty. I think I'll post something else.
It's a dopamine hit. That's all it is. Scientifically, it's as if you're at a slot machine.
Although I have been guilty of going buck wild for a free T-shirt.
Everybody. I want to do a show about it because people will do anything for a free T-shirt.
You're right.
Would you say anything? Free T-shirt or free food?
Free T-shirt.
I think free food. Pizza.
You will run over a 4-year-old for a free T-shirt. Oh yeah, you will. Go to a baseball game. You'll be like, get out of here, and like run, sprint.
Maybe 20-year-old Sam did, but I've learned, Jeff.
Me too.
I'm no longer 20-year-old Sam. I know. Boy. All right. Coming up on DBL, the Bagel Man loses his temper again. What? We'll show you the new.
You think maybe this guy might have a problem?
That's making the rounds online. I can't believe it. And next in Heart Threads, meet a girl who's putting total strangers first. It's a story all about the human condition and the power of kindness.
Welcome back to the DBL Stream Team. I'm Leo here with Kelly, where we talk all about trending shows on Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Today we're here to talk about Sextuplets, a Netflix original written by Marlon Wayans, actually, and he stars as the sextuplets themselves.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them, and they've been separated at birth, and there's 6 of them, and they've finally been reunited 38 years later. And you know, Kelly, I'm gonna go to you first. What were
Leo
your thoughts
knows.
about
We
it?
kind of already talked about it. I didn't love it. I was looking for, like, I've been seeing this preview for the past couple days on Netflix. You know, when you turn Netflix on to go to bed, I've been seeing that preview. Looks really good, looks really funny. I gave it a chance. I didn't love it, Leo. I expected to be laughing out loud the whole time, and there were only a couple giggles.
Yeah, you know, and I felt like the characters themselves were great.
Really,
like, I
really
loved
great.
every single sextuplet.
Yeah.
But I thought the writing could have been a little bit stronger. I thought it could have been a little bit less of a predictable storyline.
Yep. The only part I liked was when Dawn, the one sister, is talking to the guys at the gas station.
Yeah, that's
that
actually
was the
a great
funniest part.
scene.
So if you watch it, you'll see
and
that
I feel
scene.
like the sextuplets were great,
They
but
were.
except the main guy, the main character, Marlon Wayans
he wasn't
himself,
great.
was a little bit.
And I
bit
wonder
weird.
if he was focused so much on the other characters that he didn't bring it out as much in himself, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe not. But hey, check that out. It's streaming on Netflix right now. And for our classic show this week, we're doing the classic Twilight Zone, everybody. Which, I mean, if you loved Black Mirror and you haven't seen the classic Twilight Zone, this is like the original Black Mirror.
place to be.
It's ambiguous, every episode is different, and it's an anthology series, so everything's different, guys. Go check that out now on either Hulu or Amazon Prime. And coming up this week on Hulu, Mission Impossible Fallout, the latest installment in the franchise, guys. Check that out. It's starring Henry Cavill this time, so you got a little bit of Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill action going back and forth. Check it out.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about an act of kindness. Watch how one 8-year-old made it her mission to help less fortunate kids enjoy the arts.
This little girl collected art supplies for refugee children who had nothing. 8-year-old Jade Tibbetts and her mom talked about people in need, including hundreds of asylum seekers in their area. Jade wanted to do something to help.
I think that all kids should be able to express themselves with art and be creative.
So Jade and her mom collected art supplies and assembled kits. Then they donated them to a local organization called the Root Cellar.
8-year-old kids want to go to Target and pick out a toy for themselves, and she's like raising money to make art kits for kids. So like, she's my new hero.
Helping others is just something that comes naturally to this 8-year-old.
She is a good kid who wants to do good things.
I like doing it for them. Makes me feel really good.
Makes us feel good as well. You're definitely our hero. Coming up on DBL, even world leaders know how to get down. Wait till you hear who former President Obama has on this summertime playlist. And Deja Vu, the man who went viral for losing it at a bagel shop, does it all over again. We'll show you what happened this time, and that's later in the show.
Promotion.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Happy Monday. It's Brandon London. This is your digital break. We're going to go to the 5th host. We were talking about should the parent shame the child online. A lot of you say no. I say good job. But I'll tell you why in a little bit. Mary on Facebook says parents should never shame their children online. John on Facebook says tough love works sometimes. Maybe this child will grow up with more respect while reflecting back on this internet post. And I have a lovely guest today who is a parent, and we kind of talked about this on one of the other shows. This is my aunt Katrina.
Hello.
Hey, you see them cheekbones? That's where I get it from. The parent shaming. You saw the 5th host, how the mother went to 3 different stores to get the pencil box for the little girl. The little girl didn't want it. made the little girl give it up, gave her a Ziploc bag, but then put it up on the social media. What do you agree with? What do you not agree with?
I agree with the parenting method.
Okay.
I agree with the way the mom handled the situation to say, oh, okay, I've gone out of my way to find something for you. You throw it away. You must not value this, so take this little Ziploc bag. So I agree with the method of the mother.
Yes.
Putting it on social media.
Putting it on social media.
I don't
is
agree
no
with
good.
that at all. And I've had situations. I talked to you about a situation with your cousin, my youngest, who did something really crazy, and it ended up being recorded and how I wanted to. It was really funny.
Yes.
And I wanted to put it online because it was just hilarious. But I could tell that he would have been hurt. His feelings would have been hurt for people to see him in a moment like that.
In a
And
moment
so I had
like
to decide against
and she
that.
has 3 boys, 3 of my cousins. Now, okay, so it was different with the 6-year-old, let alone, how old is Nevin?
He's 14.
14.
Yeah.
So is there a difference between putting online for a 6-year-old as opposed to a 14-year-old?
I don't think the age makes a difference.
Okay.
It's going to have the same impact on the personality of the child.
Okay.
So
And getting the child the Ziploc bag, that's the lesson that needs to be taught.
that was the lesson that needed to be taught.
Be grateful.
Absolutely.
Be grateful. Let's get to more of you guys' comments. Haley says the pic of her holding the pencil bag is priceless. She's going to be like, wow, when she's older. Do you agree? No, you stay in.
Oh, I didn't know I was still in.
You'll leave till tomorrow.
Okay, so that one, I didn't remember
The pic of her holding the bag is priceless. She's going to be like, wow, when she's older. How does the kid reflect back on it?
I don't think the kids necessarily. Well, you know what?
'Cause I'm sure there's some pictures of me as a kid that does some
I'm gonna
knucklehead
say later
stuff.
on, maybe when the girl is a little more mature, she may understand the purpose, seeing it and understanding that lesson. She may receive it a little bit better. But it's later on in life.
Okay, and last comment, Jules Watson says more kids should be disciplined and publicly shamed. So a lot of people saying it's okay, a lot of people saying it's not okay. Everyone say hi to my Aunt Katrina. We got more DBL coming up next.
Welcome back to DBL. Yet another video showing a Tesla driver asleep at the wheel is going viral. A couple caught on camera the Tesla driving on California's I-5 highway at speeds ranging from 70 to 75 miles per hour. The couple said they didn't report this violation to the police because they saw the driver eventually wake up. Oh, so nice. Meanwhile, Tesla is reminding everyone that its autopilot feature doesn't give drivers free range to sleep at the wheel. I don't even know if I would trust it. Would you trust it?
No.
Me neither.
I don't trust people in general, so no, I don't trust this at all.
Enough trust that you will fall asleep?
I can't even sleep on an airplane.
You have to be?
I know.
Exactly.
What if it had some sort of malfunction?
Are you kidding me?
I don't know how. The big question, why is everybody so sleepy? I'm sorry, Jeff. You're up in the morning, work out. Everybody's got a couple different side hustles. We got kids when you get home. I'm fine.
I know.
Why is everybody dead tired?
I'm
what
dead
are you
tired.
doing? Squat thrusts all morning?
I'm dead tired. I could
to the point where you're asleep in a 70-mile-an-hour car with nobody else.
I sleep at a Tesla, but it does look damn good.
Like, look how relaxed that gentleman looks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's just fine.
That would scare. There's no way I could just.
God.
That'd be a cool story when you got to heaven, though. They'd be like, oh, how'd you die? Oh, Tesla. I was asleep. Cool. Good conversation starter.
I know. Well, we have 30 more seconds, so let's keep talking.
Michael Levlin just wrote in and says, suddenly I'm very glad I'm not currently driving. That's pure nuts. If you watch in the video, the reflection of the mother or whoever took it, there's a baby blanket in there. That's what? Watch in the reflection.
No.
Not in that car, but their car. So they have a baby driving next to a sleeping man.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks like a car seat, baby blanket. They're like they want to make sure that everybody on the road is safe.
Dude.
Because when you got a baby on board, believe me, it's all you care about. Right, Jeff? I'm waiting, trying to stall. 6,
Jeff was not going to help you at all.
4. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
He's back! The angry bagel boss man who went viral after losing it.
Shut your mouth! You're not God or my father or my boss!
Does it again, only this time he's hauled off. Then former President Obama's Summer Jams will tell you the surprising songs on his playlist. And exciting movie headlines from a major bombshell in the new Star Wars flick.
to a Breaking Bad release date?
Heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking.
Don't miss it all when DBL comes back.
Hello, hi DBL Nation. I hope you had a really good weekend. This is actually my favorite stories. Usually when you come in, we read a list of the stories we're gonna do. And this one, I'm so happy about. It is Katherine Johnson's 101st birthday today. Now, if you don't know her, you might know her through the movie Hidden Figures. She is a human computer, and she worked for NASA, and she was responsible for some of the biggest calculations for some of the biggest projects at the time when women didn't even have bathrooms in NASA, when you think about it. So it's such an accomplishment. I'm gonna be tweeting stuff about her all day, so I recommend you follow me if you wanna learn more about her. When she was 97 years old, she won the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and I just can't be happier. There's just more recognition day by day. Streets named after her, buildings named after her, and I will just yell it for the rooftops. Please check out the work of Katherine Johnson. It is absolutely fantastic, and I wish her a very, very happy birthday. For all of us at DBL, I will see you next break. Bye.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. We are live. Let's get started. Remember the man who threw a fit in a bagel shop a month ago? He's back in the headlines. In case you're having a hard time remembering who he is, here's his infamous rant. Enjoy.
Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal. No. You shut up, too. Go ahead and attack me, big. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Wow, who could forget such passion? Well, that man's passion landed him in cuffs over the weekend. TMZ reports the bagel guy was arrested yesterday in the parking lot of a New York marina. Apparently, he got into it with another guy just moments before. He's since been released and has lost none of that fiery spirit. He posted a video late last night, flipping off the camera while blasting the Bad Boys song. Here's the thing. We've rewarded this guy's behavior. Everyone's called him hilarious. Didn't he get some sort of like a boxing celebrity?
He tried to.
I thought he got signed to do a celebrity
Him and Lenny Dykstra were supposed to fight.
I'm pretty sure they signed him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Someone can tell me otherwise, but regardless,
I'm sure it's Lenny Dykstra.
He's now been made famous.
Yeah,
and he's
due to social media.
And he's enjoying it.
And who's recording that? So he knew he was going to get arrested. He wanted to record it so he could build on his brand, whatever his brand is, being an idiot.
Well, but Jeff, you know.
Pause. He will do a celebrity boxing match. It's done.
And
with
everyone.
Lenny Dykstra. Wow.
Dude, what's up with Lenny Dykstra?
That's embarrassing.
He needs money too.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
We reward
He's a
people
Hall of
like
Famer,
him.
isn't he?
And Catch Me If You Can, girl. Is that her name?
Oh, Catch Me Outside.
Catch Me Outside, girl. I'm so glad I don't know her
That's
name.
Leo DiCaprio.
That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Being played by the Catch Me Outside girl.
And he should get rewarded. He was excellent.
He was good.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's what do I always say, Sam? This country, we are a capitalistic country. We take your anger, we repackage it, and we sell it back to you. So you have a meltdown in a bagel shop. Now you're an angry bagel guy, and you get to fight somebody for, and you're like, great. It's what we do here. It's kind of like how are you known? How can be processed? They'll take your video, they'll chop it up into a remix. They'll then tell you'll do the Today Good Morning show circuit, and then you'll try and get whatever goofy thing you can
Cash
from
Me
there.
Outside girl has like 20 million, I think, followers and has like a new record deal. And
yes,
yeah,
and Revlon, I believe. Is it Cover Girl?
She's got a makeup. Yeah, she does. She has makeup.
She's got a $1 million makeup
Revlon
line.
or Cover Girl. No,
I don't know if it's Revlon or Cover Girl, but she has a makeup line.
Girl.
She has a makeup line for sure.
Who is it?
She has her own line.
Yeah, she has her own line.
She has her own line of
You
makeup.
have to cash her outside, though. Isn't that what she said?
I like it.
No, it's okay.
Cash me outside.
All right,
Yes,
let's get to this next story. Artists like Lizzo and Lil Nas X have a reason to celebrate. Former President Barack Obama tweeted out his annual summer playlist over the weekend, and it includes Lizzo and her song Juice at number 6. Even Old Town Road made the cut at number 40. Obama also likes Beyonce, John Legend, and Drake, as well as some classics like Stevie Wonder and Steely Dan. Artists are reacting to the news that Obama is a fan. Lizzo tweeted out, "I'm not okay, and we're friends now. I don't make the rules." So first of all, I saw this when he posted it. I was like, oh my God, that is like a damn good playlist. It is remarkable. Everything from Frank Sinatra to A Tribe Called Quest. It is so well-rounded. It is so cool. It is so hip. And then I thought about you because I don't make playlists. I mean, I did when I was a lot younger, but I wish I did because I feel like it creates a good mood. You make a playlist all the time.
All the time.
Tell people about that.
So like I have Shazam on my phone.
Me too.
And like
tell everybody what it is real quick.
It's just an app that you could just go like press it, like I just press it right now, and it'll come up with like any song that's
and you
playing.
can hold it near a speaker
so
and it'll
whenever
tell you
I'm
the song.
out, like if I'm out somewhere or like I'm watching Ballers and there's a good song, I like hit pause and I Shazam it. Then I make a playlist of like 15 songs.
He puts it on a CD.
I make a CD because I'm old school. I make it on my computer. I make a CD and then I draw on the CD, like and make it cool.
And what are some of the names? Like for instance, what was your most recent name of your most recent CD?
Oh, I don't
Denver
know.
Summertime Jams.
Summer Jams is always a famous. Summer Jams 2019 will probably be, or no, maybe like Fall Jams now because we're getting into fall.
Wow. And really quickly, you are a DJ on your off time.
I do.
Which one of his songs on his playlist most surprised you?
I don't know. I was surprised to see Lizzo there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's really big now. I'm surprised Old Town Road made the cut because it's so old.
Look at the list. Is that what it is?
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't.
You didn't look at the list. You just repeated the two that I repeated, but that's okay. You gotta look at the list, Al. It's so good. And you being a DJ, I think you would have had mad respect for him. Yeah, I'm mad at you, Al.
What's your DJ name now, by the way?
Oh yeah, what is your DJ name?
You switched
What is
it.
it? Is it appropriate to say on air?
Yeah.
Okay, what is
with
it?
a pretzel?
It was DJ Fat Spartacus.
Oh, that's
not nice. Why would you call that?
P-H-A-T.
Oh,
Yes,
Fat P-H-A-T?
yes.
That's cool. That's cool. I take it back.
But it's not anymore, right?
But then it was going to be DJ Pork Rind Sugar.
That was it, pork rind
But it was just too long for the marquee.
Yeah. How about we ask DBL Nation to help you? DBL Nation, help Al Jackson find his DJ name. Write in using the hashtag dbltake, hashtag Al DJ name. Let's see, and then we'll revisit it later in the show. Are you ready?
There we go.
Maybe you like it.
I will. And
okay.
Pork Rind Sugar went by PRS. But it's still.
It's too long.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's not kosher.
That's true. It's good.
All right, well, Taylor Swift has just put in place some new security measures. Raquel Villanueva, please share the news at the moment.
Well, Sam, Taylor Swift will now have security cameras pointed at her backside every time she meets a fan. The singer tells The Guardian she wants to make sure she is never groped again. Swift was sued for defamation after a radio DJ was fired for reportedly putting his hand up her dress at a meet and greet. She countersued for sexual assault and won her case in 2017. Since then, Swift says she's been traumatized by the whole ordeal. She says if it's something that happens again, she'll have video proof from every angle.
I absolutely love this. Raquel, you were actually there when the trial took place in Denver. You reported on it for DBL. She sued for $1. It was all about the statement that, no, a man's not going to touch my butt and get away with it.
That was one of the first stories we ever did on this show.
And remember, it was pre-Me Too. And I'm not saying Taylor Swift caused the Me Too movement. She didn't. I'm not saying that. But she did say, I'm making a hard line in the sand. And every little girl and boy who follows me, if someone touches them inappropriately, I have a roadmap now.
Good for you. Yeah, good for her.
Very good.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of, okay, that's not appropriate. I'm not about to say that.
Derrieres.
I know.
They changed it.
She was just talking about a butt being groped. So to me, it wasn't an appropriate transition.
You can't say backside?
Well, so when you're speaking about a sexual assault case and then saying speaking of backsides, to me feel like that's
awkward transition.
A little bit of an awkward transition. So I was a little bit thrown off. We're live. It's
I said it. Come at me. I said.
No, it's okay. Having a larger than life derriere is no longer in. That's according to one Hollywood surgeon, Dr. Paul Nassib. Now you guys know him. There he is. Yep, he's the co-host of the show Botched. Says demand for Brazilian butt lift procedures have dropped dramatically. He told TVSN that his patients are no longer bringing in pictures of celebs for inspiration. This is crazy, you guys. Instead, they're bringing in their own filtered and edited selfies. That makes sense to me. I mean, it's more realistic. Dr. Nassib is actually happy with this trend. He says the Brazilian butt lift is dangerous, and it's a dangerous procedure that could even result in death. So I think that, listen, I think that's good news if people, you don't want anybody to put their life on the line for a cosmetic procedure. What do you think about people bringing in to the doctor's office an edited, like there's a Facetune app where you can like stretch yourself, you can, edit yourself. What do you think about people doing that?
I think it's a little vain, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't understand getting a procedure. This is just me personally. That's a major surgery, like a butt implant or something, because times change. In 5 years, what's popular now won't be popular in 5 years, and you're going to put yourself through that misery and that instead of. For me, it's working hard. Work harder at your body. I'm not where I want, but surgery isn't an option for me. But to each their own.
But then you do have you call it what it is. You do have the Kardashians. That. I think we've come to a place where it's plastic surgery. We've seen it elevate people's careers, and that makes me shudder as a mom. Yeah. I look at Kylie Jenner, and Kylie Jenner would not be Kylie Jenner without her lip implants, without her whatever other implants that she has, or her lip injections, I should say. Same with Kim Kardashian. And I'm not saying that these women are not hustlers. I'm not saying that they don't deserve the success that they have. But as a mother to a young girl, I don't want that to be the norm. It's become the norm, and it's become accepted.
Yeah, what's really weird to me is how meta the thing is of taking in your selfie of yourself edited. It's almost like a Black Mirror fantasy version of yourself, and it's become your own plastic surgeon when you're working on Instagram. I mean, it's a very weird thing to do. I am glad, though, that like these enormous butts, I never thought they were attractive, and they're entirely dangerous. You have to be put out for a long period of time. Right. The anesthesia is bad for you. I'm glad the fat is over because it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
what? Say it.
I don't know. It's like if there was something about you that you just felt like was really a hindrance in terms of people.
I think that's a completely different situation.
Yeah. Okay, so if there's a thing where you're just like, I just had this thing.
Yep.
And if you can get it taken,
that's way different, though. That's way different, I think.
Than like a butt implant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like giant lips or a giant butt like that. You know what I mean? That's not going to be in style in 10 years.
My nose or my chin makes
And I will
me really
just say this. I know we have to move on, but I have somebody that's very close to me who had children, wanted to go get the stomach lifted, as people do, and said while she was in there, the doctor was like, so you're here for your lips and your...
they do that all the time.
Yeah, and just like really...
No, there's a lot of ethical ones.
Yeah,
I've had people say, you're here for the side.
Yeah, that's the way they get
that's how you rule them out then.
Exactly.
That's exactly
But just
how
imagine if you didn't have as much self-confidence as you did,
Of course. Wow, that's terrible.
That's a good point, though, Al.
Yeah, that is. Well said. Well, this next story is straight out of a Hollywood fairy tale. 23-year-old Nathan Patterson was at a Colorado Rockies game earlier this month and decided to try out the fast pitch machine. He ended up throwing 96-mile-an-hour heaters. This video went viral. Well, it caught the attention of the Oakland A's. They signed him to a contract. Nathan made his debut, his minor league debut last Thursday, and struck out all three batters he faced. That is incredible.
How cool.
Can you imagine? First of all, I'm shocked that there wasn't any sort of recruitment ahead of this.
Yeah,
like, what happened?
People slipped through the cracks. I mean,
I guess so.
Jeff, we know Super Bowl winning quarterback Kurt Warner was bagging groceries when he got recruited. Vince Papale from Invincible, that played for the Eagles, I think in the late 70s, he was just like working at his dad's bar.
Wow.
There are these pro athletes that kind of fall to get a couple bad breaks, and they need to go to a Rockies game to get discovered. It's weird how it happens.
Well, talent always finds a way, doesn't it?
That's true.
It really
show
does.
itself.
So cool. Yeah. Well, congrats to him. Coming up on DBL, exciting new details on the new Breaking Bad movie. Oh my gosh, if you were a fan of the show, you definitely want to stick around. And we're getting our first look at the latest in the Star Wars franchise. Don't miss movie headlines right after this.
You drink?
are talking about Al's DJ name. Some of you have written in. We have, well, hold on, now it just went away. Al Ice. Michael Loveland says Al Fresco.
That's dope.
That is so cool. Al Fresco. DJ Al Fresco. Someone wrote in. That's super cool.
Like
Fresco means cool in Italian.
Fresh.
It means
Fresh.
cool or outside and fresh. Yeah. Yeah, but it means fresh. Al fresco. That's really cool.
I said Aladocious.
Alma mater. That's good. Alcohol. Alfredo. Al Dante. These are very good. Alafante. Also, you guys might have seen, we went kind of viral over the weekend. Al's burn on me being not having tried Popeyes kind of went on the Shade Room, and it kind of went everywhere, and it was on Twitter, and it's at like 3 million views. Me, as so many people said, oh my God, is Al in trouble? Is that guy gonna be in trouble? In trouble, I was like, he got a round of applause for a righteous burn. I'm not sure people have seen a daytime TV show in which people are just really honest, and we're like brother and sister, and we're just very close, and we can rib each other like that. So it was really fun to see people's responses and to see that people were surprised that we can take it. And it was a righteous burn. If you didn't see it, I was trying Popeyes, and I said, oh, it tastes good. And then he said, Tori, does it taste like a neighborhood you've never been to? So anyway, it went way viral, so big ups to Al, big righteous burn as he totally deserves. So we want to thank Al for letting us have that wonderful shady moment. I got burned. You burned?
Have you been to Popeyes yet?
No, but
I'm gonna take you there.
Brooks was like, all I want is Popeyes after watching that.
I'm gonna take her there, and we will come back to you
I
with
can't
the
wait.
results.
Popeyes.
Welcome back to DBL. There's a lot of exciting movie news to share. First up, a look at the new Star Wars film. Check out this sneak peek of The Rise of Skywalker.
Your journey. Nears its end.
Oh my gosh, we also see the late Carrie Fisher in the teaser. Director J.J. Abrams says the footage of Princess Leia is from The Force Awakens, and it's been recycled in a brand new way. Well, that's cool. The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters December 20th. I could not believe that when you told me that she goes to the dark side.
Yeah, we were just watching with you guys, and I go,
no way.
Sam, she goes to the dark side. No, Tori. What? What is that? What is that? Oh, she does. Yeah,
crazy.
It's a great twist.
Good, and as much Princess Leia as we can get. So I'm glad that they were able to recycle some footage. Now, Breaking Bad fans, it is happening. A movie based on the show is hitting Netflix this October. If you watch the series, you know how it ended. And now it looks like the movie will focus on the hunt for Jesse Pinkman. Here's a clip from El Camino.
Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
First of all, remember when we reported on him having the new mezcal and everyone was so mad because they wanted a new Breaking Bad movie? Tori. I was mad. And then here they had a Breaking Bad movie the whole time in the can.
Yeah, that's
Are you
excellent.
excited?
I'm excited that it's on Netflix and not at the movie theater because I'm more likely to watch it like that. But
That's honest.
I mean, it's been over for a long time. So, spoiler alert.
How long?
Walter White's dead,
Like
just
10
so you know.
years, I feel like. It's been
totally
like 10 years.
hammered it home. Yeah.
If it went 2 years after, it would have been great.
Is Brandon still here? He left. He didn't watch the last episode. Anyways, yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be different without Walter White in there, you know, but it's still going to be.
Do you think he can carry it?
I think so. I don't know. I hope so.
There's
like I said,
something-
Netflix.
I'm
good.
excited.
Now, are you guys Better Call Saul people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started Better Call Saul and then I fell off of it. Should I keep giving it a shot?
I love that actor. He's so great. I can't think of his name right now.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now to a first look at Emma Stone as Cruella DeVille. Check out the actress sporting a signature 2-shade hair color for the upcoming live-action remake of 101 Dalmatians. Emma Thompson will also star in the film, but it's not clear yet which role she's playing. The movie comes out in May 2020. Look how goth Emma Stone looks. She looks rad. Yeah. But it's a dark movie. Let's remember, like, this is a woman who wears puppy fur.
Yeah, it's like disgusting.
It's like, disgusting. So how are they going to do? I guess there's a lot of weird children fables.
Do you think kids are air quotes too woke to watch this now?
They're going to have to put a twist on it.
When we first saw it, we were like, oh, it's a crazy lady. But now women are like, oh, that's
Did you know that? Do you know what this movie's about?
No.
It's a crazy. So did you ever see the Cruella with like the long cigarette and then the black and white fur coat? That black and white fur coat is Dalmatian fur.
Dang.
She skins dogs. It's
a
weird film.
It's a weird premise.
But the tramp, the dog, they found from a shelter.
Wait,
the actual tramp, the live-action movie, they found the tramp, the actual dog in a shelter, and they rescued him.
Is that a term for a female dog?
What?
Tramp?
No, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, I thought that. So Cruella DeVille's not from Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, you're right. It's a different dog.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, good. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
a lot of dog movies going on.
Meatballs with the spaghetti.
You're right.
Remember that one?
Of course I do.
Good. Yeah.
So you thought this was 101 Dalmatians and the Tramp?
Yeah. 102.
There we go. 102.
That's okay, T-Bone.
But I was like looking like, what is?
I know. I didn't understand it. I thought it was a new term for a female dog.
I'm so sorry.
Coming up on DBL, easy things you can do right now to get motivated on a Monday. Well, there she is. Yeah, Tori. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. Thanks for joining me, and if you didn't know, I'm Dre for the Slay, and today we're talking about some of the new beauty trends that are coming. Now, I had to use my sidekick powers and go ahead and look into the future a little bit to see what's going on with the beauty world. We've seen a lot happen in the last couple of years, from big bushy brows to these crazy highlights on the face and everything in between. But I feel like we're actually rolling back into some great eras with what's going on in the near future for fall beauty trends. Now, for our 2019 fall beauty trends, I'm seeing monochromatic looks everywhere. Now, these are great because you're using something like a lipstick that you're wearing. Think of a red lipstick, and you're taking that same color and applying it to your cheeks, and maybe even to the high temples of your cheekbones as well. And then sometimes, like we did with Lex a couple weeks ago, go back and look at that video, even using it on the eyes. Now, I'm seeing this pop up more and more on fashion walkways, so I'm thinking it's gonna catch on into fall as well. Now, another look that I see coming on up is graphic liner. Yes, I'm here for this look so much. Remember the 60s, very like Kennedy-esque, those big wing liners, or sometimes more of like that liner that just is etched out on the eye, and more designed looks overall in general. These are great for really making sure that you're making a look that is says something, okay? You can really step out into these looks, which I'm here for. Take any type of liquid liner. My personal favorite is actually Maybelline 24-Hour Precision Studio Liner. It's thebomb.com, and it's cheap, honey, so you never have to worry about it just going out on you, okay? Now, for more fall beauty trends, let's talk about some more actually next week, and you can check part 2 out for our next video. Go ahead and make sure that you're following @Dre for the Slay and Daily Blast Live for more Beauty Blasts, and we'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Well, I've got a case of the Mondays, but if you start the week off right, it's smooth sailing from there. I have 3 tips to help kickstart your week on today's So Woke, sponsored by So Clean. When you wake up in the morning, you reach for the coffee pot, right?
Right.
Wrong. Breakfast. Now, you know it's the most important meal, but it means nothing, nada, zilch, zill, if you don't do it right.
Have a mood-boosting meal like avocado toast or yogurt and berries before your first cup of joe. In fact, you should wait an hour to drink coffee after you wake up. That's when caffeine is more effective because the stress hormones naturally decrease.
Second tip, sunny days. Make sure you're getting those sunny days. Sunlight, people, you need some.
Psychologists say being outside for even 5 minutes can give you a happiness high.
Now, if you can't get outside, open the blinds. Let the natural light in. It'll help you be more productive and focus.
And lastly, make sure you know what you're doing for the week by organizing a to-do list.
You know that checking off that list makes you feel proud and relieved.
Buy workout pants.
Giving you a better week of sleep. And for more ways to rest easy, call So Clean at 1-800-721-2450.
We will be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Okay, so if you weren't here last week, I ordered a salad. And I got a trough. Well, it's delicious. I ordered it again. Anyway, I leave it for people who after work also want a little pick-me-up and they eat the other half. So I don't eat the whole thing. And we did look up, the calories are about 1,000. Look at
For a salad?
Yeah, the carbohydrates are like a million. But I'm hungry, and it provides at least some roughage.
And you don't get a break today, so you have. So
and I don't get a break today.
This is
That's
your break.
it. That's my
You
break.
gotta
It's not really roughage
fueled.
though when it's swimming and dressing.
They asked, do you want me to put?
dressing.
They said, do you want to put it on the side or mix it in? I'm like, put some extra and mix it in there. And they're like, why did your voice get lower? Don't worry about it. Anyway, they should offer a lunch-size version of this salad because this is a little too much. Whoa. I know.
I thought that was the lunch size. It is, remember?
Catering. Jesus.
That equals 3 Big Macs.
Okay. I need like a chafing tray for this. It's some kind of like catering, as she said. But anyway, let me know your favorite salads. I'm trying to find another salad. So if y'all have a favorite salad elsewhere that I could order from, that's
I
like
think
a
they
chain.
forgot the avocado today.
There's definitely avocado down here. Look.
They forgot the avocado today. They forgot it.
Well,
The other day there was like some good chunks of avocado.
And now at the bottom of this, you can actually go into Narnia. There's a wardrobe door. So anywho, enjoy it and let me know what salad I can get into next because I need something healthy and this is not it. But I love you, cheesecake.
At least it's a salad.
Welcome back to DBL. A clip from our show went viral with 4 million views over the weekend, and it is climbing as we speak. If you didn't see it, check it out. Take a moment, savor it. Jeff looks a little bit more reactionary on this one. I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! Stop it! People are even putting their own edits on it. Take a look, and then we'll discuss.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! Stop it! was amazing. That was good.
That was a good one.
I mean, it's funny.
It's
a real moment.
It's a real
funny.
moment. And people wrote me and they said, oh my God, is Al going to get fired or whatever? And I said, he
Not
got a
for
round
that.
of applause. I said, I don't think people have seen a daytime show in which real friends rib each other for real. And it's just a great moment.
Yeah,
Very real.
that's really what it is.
Awesome.
Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Hilarious.
Right.
Love you too. Well done. That's right. We're also entering our 100th week of shows. Bye, guys.
Yay!
Kelly Schubert here with the DBL digital team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news, and I did have a bite of Tori's salad, so sorry about that. But I'm here. I'm here to bring you actually breaking news. I'm trending. Tropical storm Dorian is forming in the Atlantic, and it is headed toward, it's actually, in the Atlantic. It's headed toward the Caribbean right now, and Puerto Rico is the biggest thing here. So, of course, they were devastated by Hurricane Maria. They're still trying to come back from that, and now Tropical Storm Dorian is on track to hit Puerto Rico. So something we'll be watching. It is supposed to become a hurricane, expected to become a hurricane by tomorrow at some point. So I'll be watching that for you, but really just prayers and thoughts. And if you're in the area where it could hit in Central Florida, anywhere in Florida, make sure you get that supplies. They're telling people in Puerto Rico to get at least 10 days of supplies. But as we saw with Hurricane Maria, their power was out for so long, they needed way more supplies than that. But they're telling people to get at least 10 days. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna keep tracking this storm for you, but I did want to let you know Tropical Storm Dorian is headed toward the Caribbean right now, and then Puerto Rico, and then into Florida. So I'll keep watching this for you. Bye. God, I was like 10.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 26th. I'm here with Tori, Jeff, Al. I am Sam. Erica has the day off. Enjoy, girl. Let's get right to it. Well, GMA co-host Lera Spencer is coming under fire right now for comments she made on Friday mocking Prince George for his love of ballet. In case you missed it, here it is.
Prince William says George absolutely loves ballet. I have news for you, Prince William. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yikes. And this morning, she did apologize on the show. Take a listen.
I screwed up. I did. The comment I made about dance was insensitive, it was stupid, and I am deeply sorry. I've spoken with several members of the dance community over the past few days. I have listened. I have learned about the bravery it takes for a young boy to pursue a career in dance. And last night I sat down with 3 influential dancers who have lived it firsthand.
What an outdated comment. And listen, I don't think she meant anything malicious about this. I think if anything, it's just an example of how indoctrined like some of these beliefs are with like gender specific beliefs, sexuality specific beliefs. Someone on our show, a producer, he said I could talk about this story. He was a young boy that loved to do ballet and loved to dance. He quit because he feared that people would call him gay. He is gay, but at the time he didn't want people questioning his sexuality.
Right.
So that's what we live in. When you make statements like that, and she should have apologized, and I believe her apology was sincere, but why don't people think it as like an athletic, why doesn't it get the credit of the athleticism that it should?
I don't know. And one example that sticks out the most to me, I don't know if you guys know the name Vasyl Lomachenko. He's arguably the best boxer in the world today. He grew up in the Ukraine, and from 4 to 9, he boxed. It's how young he started. And his dad said, if you want to take this serious and be the best, from 9 to 13, he did ballet. Wow. He was a dancer. And now he's a 2-time gold medal winner and the best boxer in the world. And when you watch him fight, his footwork is like watching a ballet.
Right.
He's so impressive. So I think he's going to end up on that show. I think he has a fight actually on Saturday, but he might go on that show and be like, what do you think about dancing now? You know?
That's interesting.
That'd be really great. I think what's interesting too is Gene Kelly's widow came forward right now a couple hours ago and said, my husband from Singing in the Rain created a documentary back in the 60s called Dancing, A Man's World, trying to break that stereotype, right? Because he was
in the 60s.
Right, and she said, and we're here in 2019 and we're not there yet. She said, ABC, you could have done better. Did they make a huge mistake? No, but you reinforce. It's an easy laugh that was stupid and it isn't clever and it just reinforced bad stereotypes.
Yeah, she tried and she missed, and what she did was she exposed how old her thinking was, and I think that she was even shocked by how outdated she sounded, kind of like you said, Sam. I just hope that, this will be a lesson for all the people watching that show. When they have a grandson or a son that says they want to dance, they won't allow an uncle or somebody else who's small-minded to squelch out those, or an aunt. Like, think about how many great dancers we've lost because they never tried because of ideologies like these.
Yeah, there you go. There's people in this very room that would have loved to have danced. Well, football fans were in for a big shock over the weekend when Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck announced he was retiring at the age of 29 due to his growing list of injuries. Watch.
This certainly isn't how I envisioned this or planned this. But I am going to retire. It's been 4 years of this injury pain rehab cycle, and for me to move forward in my life the way I want to, it doesn't involve football. All my friends, thank you.
A lot of fans were upset. Some took to Twitter to share their opinions, including Fox Sports commentator Doug Gottlieb, who tweeted, "Retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever." Well, Troy Aikman responded, tweeting, "That's total bleep, Doug. What qualifies you to decide how someone should live their life?" So, Jeff, for our viewers that don't know, you played football your whole life. You played it in college. What is it about certain people like the Doug Gottliebs and fans thinking that they have ownership over your career, your body, your decisions?
I have no idea, because they wanted to draft you in fantasy football. I have no idea what the fans are so upset about. They booed him when they found out.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
the fans booed him. He was
real fan, huh?
Yeah, he was heartbroken. He said, I was very, very hurt. I applaud Troy Aikman for sticking up for him. Listen, this is more courageous than going on and getting more injured. He wants to spend a life outside of football. He wants a life. You know what I mean? I applaud him. Leaving football was not easy for him. Trust me. I played Division III football. It was hard for me to say goodbye to football. This is this man's life up until this point. It's got to be devastating that he's got to leave this game. But the injuries outweigh the passion he has for the game right now. And good for you, Andrew Luck. I was a fan before. I'm even a bigger fan now.
Beautifully said.
Yeah. And I think it should just go for every athlete that says, oh, the fans need me, the fans want me. I got to do this for the hometown fans. The hometown fans booed him as soon as they found this news out, that his body was so broken he couldn't play anymore. Their first thought was like, let's boo this 20-year-old.
So they love you when you're on your high.
As soon as you blow your knee out, they show you exactly where's the next guy. Where's the next guy? They don't care. They're cheering for the team.
Let that be a reminder to everybody, to every athlete out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is space crime now a thing, Tori?
It is.
It is. This NASA astronaut has been accused of hacking into her estranged wife's bank account from the International Space Station, which could mean that the space station is now the scene of a crime. Astronaut Anne McClain said she accessed the account, but has denied wrongdoing, saying through a lawyer that she was merely making sure the family's finances were in order. Well, McClain and her wife are in the midst of a separation and a custody dispute. Meantime, NASA is investigating the alleged space crime. What does this mean? Is there even a precedent for this?
No, this is the first space crime.
What happens if there's something really like a murder up there?
Right. So certain zones are kind of murky. So international waters, and then remember when we had the climber, even John Davis, when he came and talked about climbing the death zone,
yes,
you know, after 24,000, I believe, feet. There isn't a moral code to help save someone else because you can't then save yourself up there. This is one of those moments like we don't know what jurisdiction rules over the space station, especially if a murder or something like like this had happened between 2 different countries. Because right now, her wife was an Air Force specialist. It'll go to JAG. It'll go into the military base, I bet. But if it's between 2 different countries in space, there's no jurisdiction there. Like, who owns space?
Isn't the real crime boredom? A bunch of bored astronauts up there checking their accounts.
She didn't change any money. I want to make sure. She didn't take money. She didn't transfer money. She simply looked at the accounts. But her wife saw that and said, well, who pinged my account? They looked, and when they found it, it was from NASA's in space. They found the IP address in space.
She's just still like, wasn't me. Got prove it, bro. Come at me.
Somebody else on Mars.
Yeah, someone else.
How do they get internet in space and I can't get internet in this room?
We have terrible Wi-Fi in this room.
What is going on?
So bad in here.
The damn truth.
That's true.
Yes. I don't know, Jeff, what's going on.
Fair question.
Yes.
It is a valid
Yet another video showing a Tesla driver asleep at the wheel is going viral. A couple caught on camera the Tesla driving on California's I-5 highway at speeds ranging from 70 to 75 miles per hour. The couple said they didn't report this violation to the police because they saw the driver eventually wake up. Oh, thank goodness. Meanwhile, Tesla is reminding everyone that its autopilot feature doesn't give drivers free range to sleep at the wheel. Whoa. What if there is a malfunction? That does happen. Like, you can have the most well-oiled machine, and there's going to be a malfunction at some point. Do you want it to be when you're taking a snooze?
I just don't get how you can be that relaxed while driving 75 miles per hour without your hands on the wheel, that you're like this.
Yeah, what like, you know, because it is things turn for you, turn signal for you. Wouldn't that scare you? That's a really, like, confident person.
I think the scarier thing is, like, we don't have enough time to even get into this, but this is like the end of the automobile industry as we know it. I mean, once we start getting into ideas where human beings don't need to be in the driver's seat, I mean, you're talking about the end of truck driving, the end of Uber, the end of pizzas being delivered. How many towns in this country are interconnected just because there's a town that truck drivers stop at them? You know, they kind of patronize these smaller cities with people coming in and out of them.
It's an entire economy.
It's a lot of this economy is based on this, and we're just like, oh, interesting video. I'm like, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be out of work in a very short while. Look how quick that technology is already there.
I know the technology's there, and I think the technology's been there, but I do think there's pushback. I think a lot of people don't trust it. They don't, and a lot of people do love interaction. They like.
How many people were like that with Uber? Like, I'm not getting in a stranger's car. Now everybody's like, yeah, stay at my place.
I kind of think they're
you know,
the growing pains for about a couple years, and then people are going to get really into it. I agree.
Companies are going to see this cheaper, and you're not going to be able to compete with a company that doesn't have to pay for drivers that aren't going to get the flu, don't have to stop to use the bathroom.
Nope.
Parental
leave.
You can't compete against this. It's very scary.
Sad. That is really sad. Chime in, DBL Nation. Before we go, we got to give a big DBL shout out to this Louisiana team who, with this play, won its first ever Little League World Series title yesterday. The team is from New Orleans, and check out how happy they are when they're celebrating their big win. I know you watched the Little League World Series. What did you think about this moment, Jeff?
I was very excited to watch this yesterday. Yeah, the team from the Caribbean put up a good fight. It was a good game. But I love the sportsmanship. That's why I love these kids. My brother was in it in '86, such a long time ago. They took 5th in the world, which kind of, I think, gets me involved. But the sportsmanship, like how hard they play, I'd rather watch these 12-year-old boys play, and women, there's a couple girls in there, than any Major League Baseball. I mean, this is the game at its purest, and that's what I love about it.
You know what, Jeff, I don't know if I can agree with you on that. Just because, like, when there's a little kid at bat and it's like the 9th inning and he's 10, I'm like, I couldn't handle that now.
But that's such
you know,
they get such amazing
I don't know how
life
those kids
lessons.
do it. Yeah.
Let me tell you, these kids, if they're not going to be Major League Baseball players, they will be lawyers, they will be doctors, they'll be whatever they want to be, because what they're learning now and what they've learned through their sport, the perseverance, the dedication, the goal setting, you can't take that away from them.
So true.
So we're looking at like big leaders just on that field alone.
And
so cool.
They're the only team to lose their opening game in the Little League World Series and come back and win the whole thing.
Speaks a lot.
So that's a lesson in itself right there.
Yep, character right there. DBL is live coming up. Ever wonder what's on a president's playlist? We're checking out the Obamas, and some of his choices, they might surprise you. Plus, a girl is learning what compassion is all about. We'll tell you what she's collecting for young asylum seekers. That's coming up in Heart Threads. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. A mom's disciplinary methods are going viral after she posted online. But is public shaming of children okay? Your comments about that next.
Hi there, DBL Nation. Happy Monday. Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital Team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news for you right now. But our hosts are a little quiet over there. I think we should go see what Al and Jeff are doing. Hey, Al and Jeff, what are y'all doing up here?
Just
Why are you so
hanging.
quiet?
What's up?
Why are y'all so quiet today?
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Tie-tie?
It's a good Monday, though.
It is a good Monday.
Yeah. Good weekend.
Yeah?
It was like the first weekend that I wasn't in a horrendous pain. Shout out to Louisville. I had fun with you guys Saturday. Appreciate you coming out to the show, and I had some good
I was
chicken
wondering.
and
I noticed though.
I had chicken. I had
Yeah, look at me.
greens and mac and cheese.
I don't know if you're allowed. Is that a good
At
thing?
At a
Oh,
nice
okay.
little tucked away bar in Jeffersonville, Indiana. So
We never know
had a
what's
good time.
acceptable these days.
And Friday I
dare
DJ'd.
we.
I think Jeff just hung with the fam all weekend.
Yeah, man. We went to this. It's called Bruises and Brews. It's a rugby place.
Oh, you told me
In
about
Glendale,
that.
yeah. Oh, I do want to give a shout out on air. I went. So this guy came up to me, and he's like, "Hey, man, you're from Daily Blast Live." First of all, nobody says Daily Blast Live. You're from the Blast. You're from the Live Blast. Nobody knows the name
Daily
of the show.
Beast.
Yeah, always I have to correct them. And he goes, "Man, you know what? I didn't watch you on that other show that you were on, Big Brother, but you talk about all the time." He goes, "I just know you from Daily Blast Live. I love your guys' show. I'm retired. I record it." And his wife's like, "He's obsessed." I'm like, "That's a bigger compliment than knowing me from Big." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I love that." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So his name's Dan. I remembered his name. So Dan, you're probably watching at home because he records it. I want to give you a shout on air, but thanks for watching.
What's
man.
up? Yeah, and I recorded a woman that sounded very creepy. I recorded a woman saying hello to, when I was in Indianapolis, saying hi to all the hosts. After she came to my stand-up show, she wanted to say hello to everybody, so I put it on the group thread with her just saying hello to everybody. But it's really, we get a lot of love from people, and I just
it's starting to catch on, man.
It's the daily. It's being in somebody's face every day. They're like, all right, I'll watch it.
Yeah, and a lot of people there who worked there knew,
Yeah.
you know, so it's catching on, so it's cool. But yeah, the rugby tournament was awesome. It's the rugby 7, so there's 7 people, which means there's a lot more breakaways, but it was like the U.S. Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, they were all there, so it was really cool. It was a cool event. Cool.
Cool, thanks.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fit the Host when we talk about what you're talking about. A Florida mom is receiving national attention for disciplining her 6-year-old daughter and posting about it online. She searched 3 stores to buy her daughter the pencil case she asked for, but her first grader threw it away because other kids had it. The mom reacted by replacing the surprise gift with a Ziploc bag and made her daughter give it to a more deserving student, then posted the valuable lesson online. So DBL Nation, was this proper parenting or too extreme?
All right, Sam, let's do this. Chrissy from Facebook says, does she realize that people could say, my child would never act like that because I'm a better parent? No, because all she wants are likes for being what she thinks is a good parent. Christy, I think you hit it right on the head, but I think she wants likes because like a lot of us, no pun intended, I think we want to be told that we're doing a good job. And it's hard when you're a parent because there is no book. Obviously, there are thousands of books, but no guaranteed book of if you're doing it right or wrong. And I think when you post things, what you're really saying to the world is, did I do this right? Please tell me I'm good. I'm a good parent. I think she was desperate for those accolades, and it came off the wrong way.
I think so too. Jules from YouTube says, I actually think more kids should be disciplined in this way and publicly shamed. Jules, thanks for writing in. I just completely disagree with you. If you took the internet away, you're basically showing your child in front of thousands and thousands and thousands since it went viral and parading them up and down and saying, look at that. That's disgusting. And she's 6 years old. Also, how is this 6-year-old going to grow up and trust that mother? Because anytime I'd be worried, she's just going to go post. Totally not acceptable for me.
All right, XO from YouTube says, hopefully the kid will get over it. I'm sure there's someone who can bully the mom over something that she did when she was 6. XO, you write in all the time, so you're going to write in about what I'm about to say to your comment. It's not about the kid getting over it. It's about teaching the kid a lesson, and putting it on social media is not the lesson to be learned. It's that, hey, I bought you this, I earned this. There's lessons to be learned from that, not putting it on social media. And to dig into someone else's past, to shame them for what they did, I think that's the problem with society today. As soon as someone does something something, we have to dig into their past to find out what they did wrong. Let's just all try to learn from these lessons and move forward instead of backwards.
Amen. Amber from Facebook says, as a mother, you should never shame your child, especially in public or online. Well, guess what? Go look on Twitter right now, and people are shaming this child left and right. Good, that 6-year-old's a brat. Good, that 6-year-old should have been shamed. It's atrocious to me. I can't believe we're even here. I think the mom's original disciplinary action was awesome. Totally applaud her for it. But the public shaming, should read what everyone's saying about your kid right now. Your kid's 6. Not okay with it.
All right, well said. Marvin from Facebook says, it's a family matter. Why post online? It's crazy, but it's our new social reality.
Air your dirty laundry.
I agree with you, Marv, and I'll tell you this, you know, I think the thing that we're all kind of skipping over is, I think it's interesting that a 6-year-old girl was able to identify brand loyalty and understand that there's haves and have-nots, understand that there's a hierarchy in terms of who can afford those things and who can't, and realizing that once she had something that the 2 other students had, that automatically devalued her pencil case. So I think that's the bigger thing, is how does 6-year-olds already know the dirty underbelly of adult life, which is like, I have this, so you can't have it because we can't.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Yeah, that's really scary.
I agree. That's the bigger lesson that should be taught. Well, coming up on DBL, the Bagel Man, he's back. He loses his temper again. We'll show you the new incident that's making the rounds online. Oh boy. And next in Hard Threads, meet a girl who's putting total strangers first. It's a story all about the human condition and the power of kindness.
Welcome back to the DBL Stream Team. I'm Leo here with Kelly, where we talk all about trending shows on Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Today we're here to talk about Sextuplets, a Netflix original written by Marlon Wayans, actually, and he stars as the sextuplets themselves.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them, and they've been separated at birth, and there's 6 of them, and they've finally been reunited 38 years later. And you know, Kelly, I'm gonna go to you first. What were
Leo
your thoughts
knows.
about
We
it?
kind of already talked about it. I didn't love it. I was looking for, like, I've been seeing this preview for the past couple days on Netflix. You know, when you turn Netflix on to go to bed, I've been seeing that preview. Looks really good, looks really funny. I gave it a chance. I didn't love it, Leo. I expected to be laughing out loud the whole time, and there were only a couple giggles.
Yeah, you know, and I felt like the characters themselves were great.
Really,
like, I
really
loved
great.
every single sextuplet.
Yeah.
But I thought the writing could have been a little bit stronger. I thought it could have been a little bit less of a predictable storyline.
Yep. The only part I liked was when Dawn, the one sister, is talking to the guys at the gas station.
Yeah, that's
that
actually
was the
a great
funniest part.
scene.
So if you watch it, you'll see
and
that
I feel
scene.
like the sextuplets were great,
They
but
were.
except the main guy, the main character, Marlon Wayans himself,
great.
was a little bit.
And I wonder if he was focused so much on the other characters that he didn't bring it out as much in himself, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe not. But hey, check that out. It's streaming on Netflix right now. And for our classic show this week, we're doing the classic Twilight Zone, everybody. Which, I mean, if you loved Black Mirror and you haven't seen the classic Twilight Zone, this is like the original Black Mirror.
place to be.
It's ambiguous, every episode is different, and it's an anthology series, so everything's different, guys. Go check that out now on either Hulu or Amazon Prime. And coming up this week on Hulu, Mission Impossible Fallout, the latest installment in the franchise, guys. Check that out. It's starring Henry Cavill this time, so you got a little bit of Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill action going back and forth. Check it out, streaming on Hulu right now, y'all. And we'll see you next time on the DBL Stream Team.
Mission to help less fortunate kids enjoy the arts. This little girl collected art supplies for refugee children who have nothing. 8-year-old Jade Tibbetts and her mom talked about people in need, including hundreds of asylum seekers in their area. Jade wanted to do something to help.
I think that all kids should be able to express themselves with art and be creative.
So Jade and her mom collected art supplies and assembled kits. Then they donated them to a local organization called the Root Cellar.
8-year-old kids want to go to Target and pick out a toy for themselves, and she's like raising money to make art kits for kids. So like, she's my new hero.
Helping others is just something that comes naturally to this 8-year-old.
She is a good kid who wants to do good things.
I like doing it for them. Makes me feel really good.
makes us feel good as well. You're definitely our hero. Coming up on DBL, even world leaders know how to get down. Wait till you hear who former President Obama has on his summertime playlist. And Deja Vu, the man who went viral for losing it at a bagel shop, does it all over again. We'll show you what happened this time, and that's later in the show.
Promotional consideration.
Your Majesty.
I actually like that black dress on tour. Very becoming. What's up, everybody? Time for a little sparkling water corner with Al. Jeff, you never got hooked on the sparkling waters, huh?
No, I like it. I like the sparkling waters.
Yeah.
Dude, what was that thing was it like a year or two ago? I don't know. With like LaCroix, I thought they were going like out of business.
Yeah, I think they just got yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that they just...
Remember that?
Yeah, I think what happened is no one's ever really stepped to them because there's never been another sparkling water.
But I thought there was
They don't
like
have a
chemicals in
Pepsi
there
to
that were terrible for you. I thought something happened. Remember that, Michael Dean? What was that?
But who else?
Because I was like, oh man, I can't believe they're going out of business. I love those.
I don't think they're going out of business. I think they just got a lot of bad press because of whatever chemicals it was that they found. I think it had some sort of like, it was a flavoring that ended up being
cancerous or something.
No, I think it was just like, oh come on,
If I
it was
got
like a
cancer from
cockroach.
sparkling water.
You actually looked this up before we say this. Like,
Yeah.
But it was.
No,
it wasn't just artificial. It was something bad. Yeah,
I thought they were going to be put out of business.
Their ingredients, the word only is in a different color, like yelling at you, like only carbonated water, natural and essenced, and then that's it.
Yeah, I don't know how you put something bad in there, right?
Yeah, if you get something from this, then it was your time. I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
You know?
I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was a big deal. And I called my mom, and I was like, what was it? Oh, an insecticide.
Yeah, but they, can you zoom in?
And it's not natural.
You see the word only is in a different color? That's LaCroix's way of yelling at you, like, look, we're clean over here, buddy. We don't know how you guys roll.
Yeah, but I do like a good bubbly,
I like
good
that, but
sparkling
then
water.
then you read like, sparkling water isn't great for you because I heard the bubbles are bad for your teeth, and then something, I'm like, dude, I can't.
Dude, that's why people.
What do you want me to do?
I hate when people like diet shame me. Like, dude, why are you eating that? This is no. In 10 years, they're gonna be like, I can't believe we were eating avocados. They make you grow a horn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like crazy. Yeah, like everything's gonna change. So when people like diet shame you, like you shouldn't really eat that. Like, dude, shut up.
Just moderation.
Put something in your mouth and shut up.
Moderation, yeah.
That's Monday talk.
That should be like a fast food restaurant. It's McDonald's. Shut up.
Avocado made you what?
You know what it is.
Who said that? You said avocado makes me grow horns? No. Oh. Anywho, that was my exercise for the week. I ran to the bathroom and back.
Welcome back to DBL. There's nothing worse than having your flight delayed, just ask Jeff, and then waiting for hours at your gate. But one Southwest flight agent came up with an ingenious idea to keep flyers happy. She started playing games with everyone, including a contest for the worst driver's license picture. We were inspired, so we wanted to see who here has the worst driver's license photo. Who are we going to start with? Tori, you're first. Let's see. That's a good pick.
I feel good about it.
That's a really good pick.
You look like you're mad at your parents.
Yeah. Al, what about you?
Mine is horrendous. I
Why?
look insane. I don't.
Oh, I like it.
I look like an angry dad.
You look cool.
No,
you look cool. I think you look like a cool dude.
Thank
what
you.
about you, Jeff? Let's see Jeff.
Yeah, there we go.
Jeff has a pinky Blinders haircut.
Yeah.
Looking good, Jeff. That's a good
Sam,
look
yours is
for
probably
you.
good.
Mine's horrible.
I refuse to get rid of my Illinois
I
license.
look scared.
Yours is good.
No, if we could please find a picture of Puff the Magic Dragon, because that was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, and I look just like Puff the Magic Dragon. We have the same nostrils, the same mouth right here. If we can find a picture of Puff the Magic Dragon, we're twins. Yeah.
That was your favorite?
One of my favorite cartoons growing up, the movie Puff the Magic Dragon.
I don't even remember the movie.
He takes him to Hannah Lee.
It was a very unremarkable cartoon.
Yeah, but I called him Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
No, nobody ever heard that? Cool. Okay.
Yes, I heard.
How much time do we have? 10. Good. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
He's back! The angry bagel boss man who went viral after losing it.
Shut your mouth! You're not God or my father or my boss!
Does it again, only this time he's hauled off. Then former President Obama's Summer Jams will tell you the surprising songs on his playlist. And exciting movie headlines from a major bombshell in the new Star Wars flick to a Breaking Bad release date.
Heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking.
Don't miss it all when DBL comes back.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello, DBL Nation. I have another story now. I have been talking about vegetarian foods at fast food restaurants for a long time now, and it seems to be happening at like the lightning speed now. It was like never rolling out, and now it's rolling out all at once. I've been a vegetarian for 12 years, and KFC now is testing out Beyond Meat. They're going to start soon in Atlanta. I don't know how I feel about this. Every vegetarian, non-vegetarian I should say, has told me that they love Beyond Meat. Have you had Beyond Meat?
No, but can we show Raquel's hair right
Okay,
now?
we can
I'm gonna
talk
need
about
you to show
this.
that hair.
This is from Michelle.
It's amazing. Oh my God, I love it.
Thank you. There's
No,
an
are you talking
Instagram
about
post
KFC?
coming soon. Yeah, I'm talking about KFC.
I have not tried it, but I would be willing to try it.
I would too. I just don't know if I'll like it because that's what I was going to ask people out there.
Yeah,
Does
wonder.
it taste? Okay, Michelle is the person who just
did the
my
hair.
Everyone
Explain this, Michelle.
Out. Yes. Explain the hair. She just made it up. It's
I just
duck
kind
and
of, I don't ever have rhyme or reason when I'm doing it. I just make things. There we go.
She just makes things cool. Like that's pretty much how it
She
is.
just does it.
I'm working on an Instagram post of it, so it's
So stay
coming
tuned.
soon. Stay
At
tuned.
Rock Villanueva. Give us your Instagram handles.
Yes, at Raquel Villanueva. So just take a look for it. Anyway, we were talking about Beyond Meat. Have you ever tried that fake meat? No?
I don't do fake meat.
She loves the
You
real
can't
stuff.
fake me with
Yeah,
that fake
okay.
meat.
I
No.
just want to find someone out there who's tried it.
No,
Let me
no.
know what it tastes like. Does it taste like real meat, or can you tell it's fake? All right, see you guys. No, seriously, I can't.
Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
God.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. We are live. Let's get started. So, remember the man who threw a fit at a bagel shop a month ago? Guess what? He's back in the headlines. In case you're having a hard time remembering who he is, here's his infamous rant.
Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal. I'm not. You shut up, too. Just like go ahead and attack me, big.
Oh my God.
Ooh, who could forget that passion? Well, that passion just landed him in cuffs over the weekend. TMZ reports the bagel guy was arrested yesterday in the parking lot of a New York marina. Apparently, he got into it with another guy just moments before. He's since been released and has lost none of that fiery spirit. He posted a video late last night flipping off the camera while blasting the Bad Boy song. You guys. And we can't forget, he's still signed on to partake in a celebrity boxing match with Lenny Dykstra. It's happening September 28th in Atlantic City, so we are all to blame. We are complicit because we have rewarded this guy for his crappy behavior. Yeah. I mean, he just posted a video last night with the Bad Boy song like he's all cool, flipping off the camera like he's a bad boy.
Well, that's social media. We encourage behavior like this, and he's capitalizing from it. You know what I And what's up with Lenny Dykstra? Well, I used to love that guy growing up. He's fighting this guy. He's a baseball player. Iconic baseball player back in the day from the Philadelphia Phillies.
No,
I think so.
He's fallen on really hard times. Have you not followed? I don't want to talk out of turn, but he's fallen on really hard terms.
Oh, okay.
Really, really, really.
All right.
Well, I'm sick of us rewarding like Cash Me, Outside Chick, and him.
Sam,
and
since the beginning of time, people want to see the sideshow at the circus. Since before there was TV, there was like, come see, watch this guy bite the head off of a chicken. And people lined up and paid their money. How is that different from what we're doing right now? There's something weird that happened. Now we have TV, we have the internet. We're like, hey, do you remember this weird guy? Do you want to see him do something else weird? And people are like, all right.
Yeah, it's sad.
This is where we are. It's kind of just how human beings are wired.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
He's proud of himself. He's damn well proud. Well, artists like Lizzo and Lil Nas X have a reason to celebrate. This is so cool, you guys. Former President Barack Obama tweeted out his annual summer playlist over the weekend, and it includes Lizzo and her song Juice at number 6. Even Old Town Road made the cut at number 40. Obama also likes Beyonce, John Legend, and Drake, as well as some classics like Stevie Wonder and Steely Dan. Artists are reacting to the news that Obama is a fan. Lizzo tweeted out, I'm not okay. And we're friends now. I don't make the rules. So I think of you, Al, as a DJ. I don't know if a lot of our viewers know that you DJ on the weekends. Which part of his playlist surprised you?
He had a song by Gold Link called Joke Ting that I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe the president had as well. There were some other ones that I really liked. He had a song by Q-Tip and D'Angelo called Believe. It was on Q-Tip's one of his best albums, I believe, maybe his best album, called The Renaissance. But check it out. People always say it's difficult to work with D'Angelo because he's such a perfectionist. That's why he didn't have a lot of music out. But he nailed that one. And also, rest in peace, Mac Miller. But Mac Miller and I'm a big fan of Anderson .Paak. They had a song called Dang, D-A-N-G, exclamation point, and that was on the playlist as well. Please check those out.
Good. His playlist is so good, and I don't know if our DBL viewers know that you still make playlists, but you make them old school on CDs.
I make them on CDs.
How often do you really do this?
I'm coming up on one right now. Maybe a Fall Jams is in the works.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
And how many songs are in it? How many songs will be on your Fall Jams?
Like 15. So I have this app called Shazam that's on the front cover of it. So all I have to do is hear it. So when I hear a good song, bam, Shazam it.
And then you'll put it on your playlist.
And then once I get like 15, boom, that's my Fall Jams
and then
playlist.
You put it on repeat in your car. It's always on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, were you the guy in high school that would make playlists for girls?
No.
Like little love CDs, and then you'll write a note? No? Did you ever?
I don't think so.
No?
I made those for guys once. And
I did too.
I was so old. It was the kind where I was in the shower and the song came on. I have to run out and hit play on the double boombox.
Oh, yes.
Like with a cassette.
I remember that with a cassette. Me too, Tori.
And then a dinosaur walked by the window.
I don't even think half the people in this room know that that's how we would record
crazy.
Music. With literally pressing record over a blank tape.
From the radio.
I mean, honestly, there was a time where like you just didn't know when you would see something
or hear it again, exactly.
So everything just was so much more valuable. It's like, okay, well, this video is debuting on MTV. I don't know when I'm going to be sitting.
No, you got a request. Remember, you have to call the radio DJ. I used to do it all the time on KDON. KDON was the hit channel where I grew up, and I would call the radio DJ and KDON, and then you request it, and you have to wait for your song to come.
You have to wait. That's
you gotta
it.
wait.
Patience.
Patience. That's patience, kids. Yes, it is. All right, Taylor Swift, speaking of music, has just put in place some new security measures. Raquel Villanueva has the news at the moment.
Well, Sam, Taylor Swift will now have security cameras pointed at her backside every time she meets a fan. The singer tells The Guardian she wants to make sure she is never groped again. Swift was sued for defamation after a radio DJ was fired for reportedly putting his hand up her dress at a meet and greet. She countersued for sexual assault and won her case. And since then, Swift says she has been traumatized by the whole ordeal. She says if it's something that happens again, she'll have video proof from every angle.
I love this move. I know Raquel and I both were reporting on this when we first started DBL. Look, she sued for $1. It wasn't the money. It was the statement it made, and no one really saw it. It wasn't like it was all over, but she felt it. That guy's hand was on her butt, and she said, I'm not going to allow that to happen. She sued for $1. She won, and now every little girl and boy has a roadmap on how to take care of business.
Well said.
So good for her.
And
Bravo.
Think about all the people that she meets during those meet and greets, times how many different concerts that she goes to. So got to protect herself. Having a larger-than-life derriere is no longer in. That's according to one Hollywood surgeon, Dr. Paul Nassif. You guys know who he is. There he is, co-host of the show Botch, says demand for Brazilian butt lift procedures have dropped dramatically. He told TVSN that his patients are no longer bringing in pictures of celebs for inspiration. Instead, they're bringing in their own filtered and edited selfies. Dr. Nassif is actually happy with this trend. He says the Brazilian butt lifts are a dangerous procedure that could even result in death. Now, I know that we're not talking about like the cosmetic procedures of somebody that felt like they had an ailment and they feel so much better after getting their nose done or their chin or whatever. That aside, the Brazilian butt lift surgery, when I think about the Kardashians and no slam on them and their hustle and all of that, and I think of my young daughter, I don't want, because you can definitely say Kylie Jenner's career took off as soon as she got her enhancements, as soon as she got her lips done. I don't want my daughter to think that those type of enhancements equate to success. I just don't.
Right, and now they're going out. You know what I mean? That's the fad for what, 5 years, 10 years? And then they go out, and the Kardashians could do whatever they want because they have endless money. Someone saves up their whole life to be like, I want a butt like Kim Kardashian, and they do that, and in 5 years it's not cool anymore. Where are you going to get the money to take that out? Like these big surgeries to try to look like a celebrity are ridiculous to me personally.
Yeah,
costly too in your life. You could cost your life.
Very dangerous.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Don't
That's
forget Kanye West. Kanye West's mom passed away, and I have a friend of mine that's a surgeon, and he just said with the butt surgery, it sounds kind of funny to say, but it's a very dangerous surgery because where they have to go to get underneath your buttocks is very close to your bloodstream.
Wow.
And so you can get an infection very easily from
like that.
Yeah, so it's a very, very, very dangerous. And for people to be going overseas to do it.
I don't think people realize the dangers involved because it's become so normalized. Let me tell you, cosmetic surgery people put in a different category, and they shouldn't. So you're right about that. Well, this next story is straight out of a Hollywood fairy tale. 23-year-old Nathan Patterson was at a Colorado Rockies game earlier this month, right here, and decided to try out the fast pitch machine. He ended up throwing 96-mile-an-hour heaters, and this video went viral. Well, it caught the attention of the Oakland A's. They signed him to a contract. Nathan made his debut, his minor league debut, last Thursday and struck out all 3 batters he faced.
Whoa. You know what Oprah says about luck? She says luck is simply when opportunity meets preparation. So this guy didn't just happen to walk in and throw 96 miles per hour. He had worked really hard on that, and he was prepared when the exact right moment was there. That's a lucky break, but good on him for
I want to say
prepared.
that to remind you, because you always say when we talk about, and we're celebrating our 100 weeks, right? Of DBL.
Congratulations,
you always
girl.
say congratulations, all of us. We
Okay.
love you guys, love you, love you. Tori, you always say I was scooping ice cream before this. Girl, you were hustling for like 15 years, as all of us were, doing different gigs, different things, and then finally the opportunity met your preparation.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to think that, oh, Tori can go scoop ice cream and then become like a national talk show host.
True.
You had 15 years worth of gigs and experience under your belt, but a lot of people think overnight success is like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And even Oprah, who said that, didn't have an overnight success.
Right.
So yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. It is when you're ready, and then the opportunity is there. That's magic.
Exactly.
That's magic.
Yeah, I just think
divine intervention.
It's because when you come into people's lives, it seems like it's out of nowhere. So to them, you're just some guy off the street that like, oh, I turned the TV on, and Jeff. It's like,
oh, it's
no,
Jeff from Big Brother.
Jeff's
Jeff
done
hustled a lot
10
since Big
shows
Brother.
to lead him up to this point, but a lot of people don't see the work that goes into it. So I do think it's kind of an overnight thing. It's nothing on their fault. You just don't know until you see somebody.
Or getting into comedy,
oh, yeah.
right? I'm just going to become a comedian tonight, Al.
Yeah,
that's
good.
That's gonna be good.
Yes.
That's gonna be good.
Talk to me in 10 years.
Exactly. Coming up on DBL, exciting new details on the new Breaking Bad movie. If you were a fan of the show, you definitely want to stick around. And we're getting our first look at the latest in the Star Wars franchise. Don't miss movie headlines right after this. Okay, thank you. So keep sending in Al his DJ name. Now, of course, Al already has a couple clever names, but we always love hearing from the DBL Nation. So keep sending them in. We had Alamode. We had, what were some other ones? Albatross. We had, there's a few more on here. DJ Al Disco. So let us know. Use the hashtag. Al DJ name. Oh, you guys are actually using the hashtag. I love you guys. Thank you. And the one that said DJ Alamode came from Marissa Love's 11-year-old son.
I like that one.
Isn't that cool? They're 11-year-old. It could be son or daughter.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so going back to like comedy and all those things, I just look back at all of our careers and how we've all come to fruition in this one room. And people always ask you, how'd you get your start? What was your last gig? And they don't realize the hustle that it takes to finally get to a place where you're earning money. I remember my first 7 years as a TV host, I made zero money. Zero. Like I volunteered my time as a host. Even when I worked on Dr. Drew, until I was his co-host, I made no money. And then when I finally got promoted to his co-host, that's when I made money. But I was there every single night, Monday through Friday, from 4 p.m. all the way till 9 p.m. for free. For free, volunteering my time because I knew, and then I was waitressing at night. And the same goes to you. You were a teacher. And then doing your comedian. So most of the times when you see like actors or people in the entertainment field, comedians, you see them on stage. They're not make what, you make $15? Now as a traveling comedian, he makes money. But when you're first starting out, making like $15, if that, 2 free drinks, but you're working your days full time.
It's funny.
I want people to know the sacrifice involved.
Yeah, my buddy Dan Soder, who's on Billions now, is a famous comic. He and I used to ride the train in from Queens every night. I remember when his Comedy Central special debuted, he had to go work at Dos Caminos, there's a taco place in New York, and they said he served these 2 girls, and they go, "You were hilarious last night on TV." Wow. Like, well, yeah.
See? Welcome back to DBL. There's a lot of exciting movie news to share. First up, look at the next Star Wars film. Check out the sneak peek of The Rise of Skywalker.
Your journey. Nears its end.
Wow, we also see the late Carrie Fisher in the teaser trailer. Director J.J. Abrams says the footage of Princess Leia is from The Force Awakens and it's been recycled in a new way. Wow, The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters December 20th. I'm so excited. I can't believe Rey with the double lightsaber.
Dude, she goes evil.
I
She
know.
goes to the dark side. I never thought I'd see her like that.
Somehow captured them.
You want her to be playing like a mole within. You want her to be
I feel like
good.
somehow this is a manipulation of her way to conquer.
Maybe the dark side has a lot of good things to offer.
Like what?
I don't know about
Insurance?
No, but I mean, it's just supposed to be nice to not be nice all the time. It's like I'm on the dark side. I don't have to say good morning in the morning. Like you just walk around the Death Star. You don't have to, you don't have to be pleasant.
That's true.
Like, yeah.
Pleasantry. That's right.
See, there you go.
Be nice for
Do
a
away
while.
with them.
Yeah.
Do away with them.
Dark side.
Breaking Bad fans, it's happening. A movie based on the show is hitting Netflix this October. So if you watch the series, you know how it ended. And now it looks like the movie will focus on the hunt for Jesse Pinkman. Here's a clip from El Camino.
Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
Okay, so you're a huge Breaking Bad fan. Does this satisfy you?
You know what's satisfying is that it's on Netflix. I really enjoy that because I don't get to the movies that much. I was a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of Better Call Saul. So I'm definitely going to check it out on Netflix for sure.
Now, is this kind of a dig at you? Because I want to read you Aaron Paul's tweet. Okay. We talked about his new mezcal. Tori was so upset saying, who cares about the mezcal? All people care about is Breaking Bad, blah, 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 blah. So this is what he says, Tori. Wait, I thought there was only mezcal on the horizon. I'm so confused. Oh, wait, got it. I understand now. It's about patience. I guess there is a movie happening after all.
So here's why I think that's kind of a dumb clapback, and I respect him for that. If you're going to promote something and it's going to be big, make it the one thing you really want to promote. Don't make us have patience with advertising. That's not how it works. You're supposed to get us interested. So when you put two mules and you have both you and Bryan Cranston put it out there, we're all going to assume you mean drug mules. So don't then say you're supposed to have patience. That's not how it works.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
No, it's stupid. He should have gone over the movies first, then the mezcal.
Good for you. Now to a first look at Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil. Check out the actress sporting a signature 2-shade hair color for the upcoming live-action remake of 101 Dalmatians. Disney confirmed Emma Thompson will also star in the film, but it's not clear yet which role she will play. The movie comes out May 2021. Now this is a dark premise. First of all, I love me some Cruella, like her hair. I don't like the fact that she kills puppies and wears them as coats. I don't like that at all. But how goth and cool does Emma look? But how are they going to
I'm glad you're able to get past that to get to her look.
I wasn't done. You know how I love my animals.
I know, girl.
How are they going to somehow sell that concept?
I don't know. They did with Glenn Close. Remember, Glenn Close had done it earlier. I'm not quite sure how they're going to do that, but I also think she's really young to play Cruella de Vil. Like, to be honest, and I might be wrong, kind of feel like it's a bit of a miscast, only because she's supposed to be this elderly, rich woman who lives in a tower, sort of like a witch.
Unless they're really trying to revamp it, recreate it.
Yeah, it just seems she's way too young for me in my head.
My question for you guys, and this is what I don't, who is this for? Because this is like a children's story that they're remaking darker into a live action.
But that's what they always do. Look what they did with the Angelina Jolie and Maleficent.
Right, and so who's the demo for that? That's a perfect example.
I would say it's probably like 13 to 25.
Yeah,
to 20. So it's like a tweener movie?
Yeah, and I also think, I'm sure it could be a family film.
Yeah, it's definitely not for 7 or 8 year olds.
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah, I was wondering like who would go see this.
But you think about how odd some of these children fables are, right? These fairy tales, for Sleeping Beauty.
Super weird. Yeah.
Snow White, all of them.
Hansel and Gretel, the witch put them in the oven and ate them.
I know.
That's terrible.
Sleeping Beauty, she never gave her consent when she was kissed by some random stranger. Who cares? He's a prince.
I think the eating of children is worse than that.
I don't know about
You should have gone first and let Tori sweep up.
Perhaps. Coming up on DBL, Tori, speaking of which, has some, look at her. Look at you, Tori. She has some easy things you can do right now to get motivated on a Monday. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. Thanks for joining me, and if you didn't know, I'm Dre for the Slay, and today we're talking about some of the new beauty trends that are coming. Now, I had to use my sidekick powers and go ahead and look into the future a little bit to see what's going on with the beauty world. We've seen a lot happen in the last couple years, from big bushy brows to these crazy highlights on the face and everything in between. But I feel like we're actually rolling back into some great eras with what's going on in the near future for fall beauty trends. Now, for our 2019 fall beauty trends, I'm seeing monochromatic looks everywhere. Now, these are great because you're using something like a lipstick that you're wearing. Think of a red lipstick, and you're taking that same color and applying it to your cheeks, and maybe even to the high temples of your cheekbones as well. And then sometimes, like we did with Lex a couple weeks ago, go back and look at that video, even using it on the eyes. Now, I'm seeing this pop up more and more on fashion walkways, so I'm thinking it's gonna catch on into fall as well. Now, another look that I see coming on up is graphic liner. Yes, I'm here for this look so much. Remember the 60s, very like Kennedy-esque, those big wing liners, or sometimes more of like that liner that just is etched out on the eye, and more design looks overall in general. These are great for for really making sure that you're making a look that is you're making a look that says something, okay? You can really step out into these looks, which I'm here for. Take any type of liquid liner. My personal favorite is actually Maybelline 24-Hour Precision Studio Liner. It's thebomb.com and it's cheap, honey, so you never have to worry about it just going out on you, okay? Now, for more fall beauty trends, let's talk about some more actually next week, and you can check part 2 out for our next video. Go ahead and make sure that you're following @JerayForTheSlay and Daily Blast Live for more beauty blasts, and we'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Well, I've got a case of the Mondays, but if you start the week off right, it's smooth sailing from there. I have 3 tips to help kickstart your week on today's So Woke, sponsored by So Clean. When you wake up in the morning, you reach for the coffee pot, right? Right. Wrong. Breakfast. Now, you know it's the most important meal, but it means nothing, nada, zilch, zill, if you don't do it right. Have a mood-boosting meal like avocado toast or yogurt and berries before your first cup of joe. In fact, you should wait an hour to drink coffee after you wake up. That's when caffeine is more effective because the stress hormones naturally decrease. Second tip, sunny days. Make sure you're getting those sunny days. Sunlight, people, you need some. Psychologists say being outside for even 5 minutes can give you a happiness high. Now, if you can't get outside, open the blinds. Let the natural light in. It'll help you be more productive and focus. And lastly, make sure you know what you're doing for the week by organizing a to-do list. You know that checking off that list makes you feel proud and relieved. Buy workout pants. Giving you a better week of sleep. And for more ways to rest easy, call So Clean at 1-800-721-2450. We will be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Did you guys hi guys. Everyone like the little weird coffee? You know why I was impressed is that I wasn't spilling. And there was just like, oh my God, keep going. So I wanted to show you guys a little of my Seaside sampler. So this is my cross stitching. You guys, if you've been following the show, know I've recently gotten into it for meditation purposes. Now I have a couple questions for you guys. Obviously, this is a lighthouse. This is a house, clearly an anchor. We think this is some kind of anchor rope. And if you can see, they're all beaded, which is fun. The sun, we get it. Looks like a Wi-Fi signal, not a bad idea.
Can I just
Cloud.
say that I'm so proud of Tori.
Dre's really proud.
Because actually, I haven't seen a completed one like this ever. So this is like a long jump.
It's a long time coming.
That's supposed to be for me.
What is this part? Is it a popsicle, 3, or are they umbrellas?
Where's the one for me?
And also, is this, I have it. This one, is it a snail or a conch shell? Now, I was working on one for Kelly, and in it, it had words. So last night I did To the World. It was on her bag as a girl walking like, gonna change some things. And spelling To the World, it doesn't look like To the World. It looks like To the Lola, and I can't fix it. And I don't know what to do.
That's okay, I'll know it. It's A for effort.
But then I looked, and there's 18 more letters to put in. I can't, you know what, we're gonna stick to Seaside Sampler. So what is that? Don't know what that is. This is gonna be a bird, but are these in your head Mediterranean like umbrellas, or are they like popsicles? Like, see how that kind of looks like a snow cone? Oh.
Or are they buoys?
Or are they?
Are they buoys, like in the water?
Oh, buoy. They might be buoys.
But I don't know.
So anyway, I'm not quite sure, but I'm really enjoying this. Now, when I went to the place to go, I said, isn't this great? I showed them again, and they go, well, yeah, I mean, if you're advanced, you go on to linen. I'm like, wow, first of all, ouch. Second of all, like, let me just do this. Like, this is good for me, you know? So I'm gonna frame it and give it to my mother-in-law and put it in a little frame, and she can hang it. She's from Cape Cod, or she lives there now. And I'm gonna continue.
Ellis says umbrellas.
Oh, umbrellas.
And then XOOX wants to know what you do with them when they're done.
So I frame them.
What are you thinking? Something's not something?
Yeah, come here. So we couldn't tell if this is a conch shell or a snail.
I think a conch shell.
Okay, and
Yep.
then these, are they Mediterranean umbrellas?
Uh-huh.
Are they popsicles? Or are they, what did
I
Ella
think they're
say?
Buoys.
Buoys.
I think they're umbrellas.
They're Mediterranean umbrellas.
Yep, I
Because
think
it
they're
goes like
umbrellas.
this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to continue, but almost done, and there's some rocky outcropping here. You okay? The only thing that is bad is the next ones are all fall, and it's like 100 of Halloween, and I already have a dripping candle I haven't finished. A lot of work to do on my cross stitching. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys because I talk about it all the time. It does actually create something. I'm not crazy.
Welcome back to DBL. We are celebrating a big milestone here at DBL. Woo, woo, that's right. We are entering our 100th week of shows, so we definitely want to take the time to thank all of our viewers for tuning in every day. We always say that you guys are our 5th host. We mean it. We rely on you. We love you. We care about you. I can't believe it's been 100 weeks of shows. Not 100 shows, 100 weeks of shows.
It's a lot of time with y'all.
That's a lot of time with y'all. That's true.
That's amazing. And thanks to everyone working behind the scenes.
Very
it's not
important.
Just us
Let's
behind
take
here.
a look.
at
Thank you,
people.
Tori. Let's
You're
do
right.
a little look-see-loo
Yeah,
of this studio.
Yeah, Ira.
Every single person in this room, let me tell you, they are our foundation. I wish we had a camera in our booth because our booth is 1,000% our foundation as well. So we appreciate you, Stu. We appreciate you, Courtney, Megan, Taylor, all of you. You guys are awesome, and we are so lucky. Before we go, there's a booth! Yes. And before we go, we have to give a huge DBL shout out to our senior executive producer's daughter, Liza, and her new fiance, Andrew. They got engaged over the weekend. We could not be happier for them. Look at them.
Mazel tov.
I know, and surrounded by family, surrounded by friends. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, gotta do it.
Congratulations, you two. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
Hi guys, Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital team. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news. And right now I do have a story that's trending quite big. Quite high on the charts, if you will. I think you're going to be excited about this one if you like pumpkin spice lattes like I do. So the pumpkin spice latte, Alex is shaking her head no behind the camera. She works at Starbucks and she doesn't like it, so that says a lot. The pumpkin spice latte is coming back tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I think it tastes delicious. It's a little sweet for me. I like to get less pumps. Someone's like gagging in the background. That's how much they don't like pumpkin spice lattes, but I'm on the side where I love pumpkin spice lattes, so I'm excited about this. Tomorrow they're introducing a new drink, and when they release a pumpkin spice latte, it's called the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. Now that actually sounds more appealing to me than the pumpkin spice latte, because sometimes the pumpkin spice latte can get a little sweet, if you know what I mean. It just gets a little too, like this is like I'm eating pie. So the cold brew is a little more, Alex, what would you call it? Like tart or like bitter? Yeah, so it's almost like bitter and stronger. So you mix that little pumpkin foam on top is what it's gonna be. It's gonna mix with vanilla sweet cream foam, and it's just gonna put it on top. So I'm gonna try this tomorrow morning. DBL Nation, please let me know if you'll be trying it, or if you're on the side of people who don't really like the pumpkin spice latte. And let me be clear, some people used to love the pumpkin spice latte until they changed the ingredients and started using that real pumpkin. So now people don't like it as much, and I gotta be honest, I am one of those people who doesn't like it as much as I used to. But I'm gonna try this cold brew for sure. Let me know if you're gonna try it. We've got a great show coming up for you. Bye.
Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live. Always real. always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
DBL starts right now.
Three, two. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, August 26th. I'm here with Al, Tori, Stephanie. I'm Jeff. Erica has the day off. Enjoy, girl. Woo. Let's get to it. GMA co-host Lera Spencer is coming under fire right now for comments she made on Friday mocking Prince George for his love of ballet. In case you missed it, here it is.
Prince William says George absolutely loves ballet. I have news for you, Prince William. We'll see how long that lasts.
And then this morning, she apologized on the show. Let's take a look.
I screwed up. I did. The comment I made about dance was insensitive, it was stupid, and I am deeply sorry. I've spoken with several members of the dance community over the past few days. I have listened. I have learned about the bravery it takes for a young boy to pursue a career in dance. And last night I sat down with 3 influential dancers who have lived it firsthand.
Now, what she said, I don't think was super egregious. So you think there was a need for her to apologize this morning?
Yeah, and you know who said it best? Gene Kelly, who was the dancer in Singing in the Rain. His widow came forward and wrote a letter and said, look, Gene in the 60s made a documentary called Dancing, It's a Man's World, and it was all about trying to break those stereotypes. And in 2019, we haven't moved past that. You can just do better, ABC. So it's not like, how dare she? It's just like, yeah, you could have done better. You stepped in it. You didn't mean to, but you still should apologize for stepping in it, because you're reinforcing a very antiquated, very old, and very outdated stereotype, in my opinion.
Yeah, but so many people caught it, and I thought that was a really cool thing. You could even feel like a little bit of hesitation in the studio when she said it. And I mean, obviously, as a comic, not that she is one, I understand going for a joke, and she missed.
Sure.
And when
Easy
you go
laugh
for a joke and you miss, you kind of out there and you look bad. But honestly, this looked like an outdated statement from a person that has not updated her mode of thinking. And so many people called her out that she felt compelled to say something about this. If this is 2009, that statement goes unchecked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we are getting better. It's incrementally, but we are definitely getting better.
Yeah, I have to agree with everything that you guys have just said. And I think the thing is, it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't so much what she said, it was kind of how she said it. And then following up the statement with, oh, he won't like it for much longer, kind of implying that he's going to get bullied, that he's going to be taunted, you know. And also, like, Tori made a wonderful comment earlier about, like, Prince William actually came back and said, well, my mother loved to dance, so it makes me really, really happy to see my son wanting to do that.
Yeah, we have a beautiful picture of Princess Diana dancing with John Travolta, and it became a big pop culture moment because they kind of randomly danced together at this event. I think it was a White House. But for her grandson to now be enjoying dance is a lovely thing.
Well, how many dance shows do we have out there now? So many on MTV, Dancing with the Stars. And I do want to bring up this point. This guy, Vasily Lomachenko, if you guys don't know the name, he's one of the best boxers in the world, arguably. He won 2 gold medals growing up in Eastern Europe. He boxed from 4 till 9. And his dad said, if you want to be serious about this boxing thing, you're taking dance from 9 till 13. He did ballet and got his feet right. Now he's one of the best boxers in the world with 2 gold medals under his belt. So he fights, I believe, on Saturday. It'd be cool to see him on GMA on Monday.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's so weird how would, like, first of all, as anything that, like, demeans people that are homosexual, as bad as it is. But just think about, like, all the things that are considered, like, oh, you go to theater class, you go to ballet, you go to soul cycle. I'm like, I'm surrounded by women. Sorry. Like, what is, I don't understand.
It's a really good point.
I don't understand what is like, what is the bad thing? Like, if you want to do ballet, it's great. First of all, you learn how to dance, you learn how to interact with people you normally wouldn't ever hang out with. You learn to interact with a whole new gender and learn how to talk to women, learn how to make them laugh. I'm sending my son to ballet. How about that?
There you go, buddy. I like it. All right, guys, football fans were in for a big shock over the weekend when Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck announced he was retiring at the age of 29 due to his growing list of injuries. Let's watch.
It certainly isn't how I envisioned this or planned this, but I am going to retire. It's been 4 years of this injury pain rehab cycle, and for me to move forward in my life the way I want to, it doesn't involve football. Well, my friends, thank you.
And a lot of fans were upset, and some took to Twitter to share their opinions, including Fox Sports commentator Doug Gottlieb, who tweeted, "Retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever." And Troy Aikman has responded, tweeting, "That's total bleep, Doug. What qualifies you to decide how someone should live their life?" Good for you, Troy Aikman, for sticking up for this guy. I played, football my whole life. I played through college, and it was hard to say goodbye to the game of football when I could no longer play. I guarantee you this was weighing heavy on his heart, and I commend him for making the harder decision to stop. Fans booed him after they found out that he wasn't going to play anymore. His life was just living in pain.
Outrageous.
It was living in pain and then rehabbing and then getting hurt again, and he couldn't do it anymore. So I applaud him. I was a fan of Andrew Luck. He's a class act. He's even classier in my eyes after this. I love Andrew Luck for this.
Yeah, I think, imagine, so what has he meant to do in the situation to appease the fans, continue playing and then being put on the bench and constantly, like you said, in pain that's going to affect his whole entire life. I think us regular civilians that don't put our bodies on the line every single day have got no idea the physical and mental trauma that these guys put their bodies through every single day. They're getting up at 5 a.m. to train hard. Not just like we go to the gym for an hour and our body hurts. No, they're like, it's hard, it's intense. And one of our co-hosts, Brandon London, actually listed a series of injuries that this gentleman had. We're talking tears in muscles in his abdominal, like
lacerated kidneys.
Yeah, this is serious.
Yeah, he told the New York Times, quote, "I feel tired, and not just in the physical sense."
Yeah,
and I think that sums it up. It's just, I can't go on. And do you want me to not live a life and end what I have left? Or do you want me to actually
But you know what, Tori, the fans don't care. Because as soon as they learned that he couldn't do anything more for them, he couldn't entertain them for one more Sunday, the first thing they did was boo.
That's really crazy.
Not stand up and clap. I mean, this guy's somebody that's played in extreme pain. And the thing is, he's doing this for his family. So because it's so disingenuous how we look at this, because we do have athletes that stay too long, so they get addicted to painkillers, to Toradol, to all the muscle relaxers, and then they become addicts after when we're like, I can't believe that happened. Some guys try and skip those drugs and do marijuana, and they're like, I can't believe this league full of junkies.
That's right.
And then so somebody's like, well, I don't want to be addicted to any kind of drug, so I'm going to leave because my body's really hurting, and then they boo you. So I don't know what you're supposed to do. Take care of your family. Don't worry about the fans, because the fans show their colors every time they have a chance.
But that's not normal for fans to turn that quickly, is it?
I don't know.
Like Al said, if you're not entertaining them on Sunday, what do they need you for?
And he had played earlier that game, so within the first quarter to the fourth quarter, he was booed.
But what's the thing? He's not even 30 years old.
I know.
He's not even 30. What's his body going to be like in the next 5-10 years?
And he had to see that.
It's awful.
Yeah, and I mean, the fans didn't appreciate it, and that's not all Indianapolis fans.
They're great fans there.
There's a couple, a few bad apples in there. But the facility, the Colts, thought so highly of Andrew Luck, they let him keep $25 million of his signing bonus that they could have taken away. So it doesn't really matter what the fans think. The Colts respected him that much in his decision that they wanted him to have a future.
Good for him.
Good for him. All right, guys, we got some major casting news. Raquel Villanueva has details at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Tori, you'll love this. Now, it was just announced there's a drama series in the works about the First Ladies, and Viola Davis is set to star as Michelle Obama. Now, the show says it will pull back the curtains and give us an inside look at the White House drama, both professional and personal. Season 1 will focus on Michelle Obama, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Betty Ford. Now, there's no word on when it will come out, but we do know you'll be able to watch First Ladies on Showtime.
That is so cool. Fascinating, behind the scenes. You never know how much they're doing. It's like a duck. They're swimming like this under the water, but on top, they're smooth.
I could take a lesson from a duck.
Me too.
Yeah.
How did we get there? All right. It's space crime thing now.
Al.
Right, good. Take it, Al. All right. This NASA astronaut has been accused of hacking into her estranged wife's bank account from the International Space Station, which could mean that the space station is now the scene of a crime. Astronaut Anne McLean said she accused the account or accessed the account, but has denied wrongdoing, saying through a lawyer that she was merely, you know what she was doing? Making sure the family's finances were in order. That's all, from space. McLean and her wife are in the midst of a separation and custody dispute. Meantime, NASA is investigating the alleged space crime.
Space crime.
I think it's a bigger term than what happened.
Yeah, it's not. She didn't actually move any money. She literally just looked at the bank accounts, and they were married. They were estranged. But she said, "Who accessed my account?" She called the bank. They said it pinged from space,
Yeah.
from NASA. I mean, it was so incredibly interesting. But again, these areas, the death zones on Everest, right? The international waters, space stations, these are murky legal areas of who enforces what. So it's interesting to see.
But isn't there still crime, like breaking into someone's account? If you do it from international waters, it doesn't make
Correct.
it okay.
Like, it's still a hacking thing, and they were both in, the wife was in the Air Force, so it'll go to the military JAG. But imagine if, like, I'm on a space station with you, and you're Russian, and we get in
What am I in a hurry for?
Hi-oh!
Nobody?
I like it.
But who then enforces it? Russia or the United States? And we get in a fist fight, right? And someone ends up hurt.
Wow, it escalated
quickly. Who is in charge of that?
Dude, I don't know.
Isn't the bigger question why are our astronauts so bored?
That's what I said to Tori. I was like, I think this is literally. She's literally been up there for probably weeks upon months with nothing else to do. So she's just decided to hack her ex's bank. I mean,
too much time on her hands.
Yeah.
She was actually one of the women about to go out on the all-women space flight, but they didn't have enough suits.
Oh.
She was one of those two.
How could you access?
Did she get to go on the walk, or was it taken away from her?
That's what happens when you don't go on the walk.
That's what's happened.
You sit inside and you get mad. You start thinking about people that made you mad.
But let's be real. We've all looked at our partners' things on the slide. Let's be real. I'm not saying bank accounts, but Facebook's, Instagram.
I never have.
Yeah.
I don't. I shut off.
You are a little like. You close down.
That's not my thing. It would never cross my mind to glance.
I've definitely done that. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't. Yeah. Definitely.
I think a lot of people go into certain stalking, cyber stalking.
I don't think that's stalking.
Oh, you guys are admitting to more crimes.
Everyone hides in bushes when their girlfriend comes home. It's a big deal.
Change a few numbers, have them send you some money, you know?
DBL is live and coming up. Ever wonder what's on a president's playlist? We're checking out Obama's, and some of his choices might surprise you. Plus, a girl is learning what compassion is all about. We'll tell you what she's collecting for young asylum seekers in heart threads. And you, the viewer, are the fifth host. A mom's disciplinary methods are going viral after she posted online. But is public shaming of children okay? Your comments next.
All right.
Okay, I didn't know this, guys, but 37 down is pork dish of Southern cuisine, neck bones.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, neck bones is a thing.
What's chitlins again? It's not the
Chitlins is intestines. Yeah.
Intestines.
Yeah, neck bones is
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big thing. There's a famous Latin song called "Fried Neck Bones and Home Fries."
Really?
Yeah.
It's a long name title.
Yeah, it's really good. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, can we? You want to play it?
You know I have it downloaded.
You guys ever hear the as he's looking? A good title of a song is "I Want to Check You Over for Ticks." You heard that one?
What?
Luke
No.
Bryan. I think it's a Luke Bryan song. Is that Luke Bryan?
Wait.
Or Brad Paisley? Yeah, I want to check you over. I want to check you over for ticks. That's not right,
disgusting.
people.
That's not a
There's
thing.
a lot of mistakes in there. We don't need to deal with, a parasite in the love song. Again, consent. We don't know about this. Is this the song? Fried neck bones and some home fries,
I don't
everybody.
think we can play very much of it. Okay, what's that?
It's very cool.
Yes.
Neato.
I like a lot of I run.
What's the weirdest thing you like to eat?
The weirdest thing I like to eat?
Like, you like octopus.
Yeah, is that weird? I
guess
love
not. That's not weird.
octopus, squid.
What's the weirdest thing you like to eat? I like escargot.
Have you ever
I
had
do.
sea urchin?
Oh, I like escargot too, but it's not really. Escargot is just butter and garlic. You don't even
It's
taste.
all
the
butter and
snail. Yeah, you don't
garlic.
even taste the snail.
But it's crazy that we're eating snails. Like, I ate it when I was little, and then I'm like, oh, this is a what now?
I don't know why it's so expensive. You know what I mean? How did we get there? Snails are like endless. But I
That's
like when we
actually
find.
true.
Yeah,
Where do we get Applebee's? Endless snail appetizers.
Yeah, it's like,
Bottomless
but I like
snail.
when we find food sources that we don't normally
That's right.
eat, that other countries eat. That's why I like traveling a lot. And it's like, why don't we utilize that here? Like, if you go to Mexico, there's like grasshoppers in Chile. Like, you just
Great
eat them,
protein.
and it's totally normal. But here we're like, ew. We're gonna have to start using the other sources of protein.
Yes, we are.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host, and we talk about what you're talking about. A Florida mom is receiving national attention for disciplining her 6-year-old daughter and posting about it online. She searched 3 stories to buy her daughter the pencil case she asked for, but her first grader threw it away because other kids had it. The mom reacted by replacing the surprise gift with a Ziploc bag and made her daughter give it to a more deserving student, then posted this valuable lesson online. So DBL Nation, was this proper parenting or too extreme?
Let's have a look. So Christy has written in on Facebook. She says, does she realise that people could say, my child would never act like that because I'm a better parent? No, because all she wants are likes for being what she thinks is being a good parent. So I get your point here, Christy. So I think her lesson to the child, I'm not a parent, but I think her lesson to the child was great, showing that, you know, you've asked for this, mummy's going to look for it very hard, and, you know, now you're saying it's not good enough, so now someone else who wants it more will have it. What I don't like is the public online shaming. Your child is 6. She doesn't know what that is. You're doing it because you want the likes and accolade of you being a good parent from other people. So I think you need to learn a lesson here about how you shame your child online.
That's a good point.
Well said. Jules from YouTube says, I actually think more kids should be disciplined in this way and publicly shamed. Jules, I don't understand where the public comes into this. I think the lesson's great, but I think the bigger question we should have is like, why is this little girl so aware of the fact that if somebody else has something that she has, that automatically devalues it? That means that she was going in hoping she'd be the only student with this so that she could have something to hold over the other student's head. I think that kind of ideology is the bigger thing that we need to tackle, not whether she's putting her pencils in a Ziploc bag.
That's a good point. Exo from YouTube says, hopefully the kid will get over it. I'm sure there's someone who can bully the mom over something that she did when she was sick. That reminds me of Mahatma Gandhi. If an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, right? If we're going to keep blaming people and finding and angering people, it's never going to stop. So again, I agree with the lesson. Again, if I were that 6-year-old, I would never trust my mom. I would never be able to talk to her because how do I know she's not taking it and publicly humiliating me? At no point did this need to be on social media, ever.
All right, Amber from Facebook says, as a mother, you should never shame your child, especially in public or online. That's right, Amber, save the shaming for home. No, don't do that either. It's all about positive reinforcement. I love the lesson, like everyone said, I think, up here. But putting it online, I mean, how bad do you need a like that you're embarrassing your 6-year-old child?
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, it's gotten to a point now where, I don't know, I'm getting tired of it.
You are getting tired of social media.
Yeah, it's enough for me, you know what I mean? All right, Marvin from, should I do another one or no?
Go for it, Jeff. Jeff was very excited about it, so go on, Jeff.
No. I thought it was the end and I was just going to read the tease, but it was another question, so go.
Well, Marvin from Facebook says it's a family matter. Why post it online? It's crazy, but it's our new social reality. That's really sad. I agree. Again, I'm just echoing everything that I've already said, but I just think there's no need for this parent to do it online. They should talk to their child, explain the value of the pencil case, how badly they wanted it, and, you know, maybe make them work really hard for something that they want next time, so they've had to physically earn it a bit more maybe than just throwing it away.
Do you think she should have thrown it away in front of the little girl?
No, the kid threw it away.
Oh, the kid threw it away.
Yeah,
someone else had it.
That's how aggressive she was about not liking it after she saw another kid with it. She threw it away.
Yeah, there's some other
That's some interesting
factors.
If you could take away anything from this, it's Coming up on DBL, the Bagel Man loses his temper again. We'll show you the news incident that's making the rounds online. And next in Heart Threads, meet a girl who's putting total strangers first. It's a story all about the human condition and the power of kindness.
Welcome back to the DBL Stream Team. I'm Leo here with Kelly, where we talk all about trending shows on Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Today we're here to talk about Sextuplets, a Netflix original written by Marlon Wayans, actually, and he stars as the sextuplets themselves.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them, and they've been separated at birth, and there's 6 of them, and they've finally been reunited 38 years later. And you know, Kelly, I'm gonna go to you first. What were your
Leo
thoughts
knows.
about
We
it?
kind of already talked about it. I didn't love it. I was looking for, like, I've been seeing this preview for the past couple days on Netflix. You know, when you turn Netflix on to go to bed, I've been seeing that preview. Looks really good, looks really funny. I gave it a chance. I didn't love it, Leo. I expected to be laughing out loud the whole time, and there were only a couple giggles.
Yeah, you know, and I felt like the characters themselves were great.
Really,
like, I
really
loved
great.
every single sextuplet.
Yeah.
But I thought the writing could have been a little bit stronger. I thought it could have been a little bit less of a predictable storyline.
Yeah. The only part I liked was when Dawn, the one sister, is talking to the guys at the gas station.
Yeah, that's actually
was the
a great
funniest part.
scene.
So if you watch it, you'll see
and
that
I feel
scene.
like the sextuplets were great,
They
but
were.
except the main guy, the main character, Marlon Wayans
he wasn't
himself,
great.
was a little bit.
And I wonder if he was focused so much on the other characters that he didn't bring it out as much in himself, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe not. But hey, check that out. It's streaming on Netflix right now. And for our classic show this week, we're doing the classic Twilight Zone, everybody.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, if you loved Black Mirror and you haven't seen the classic Twilight Zone, this is like the original Black Mirror.
place to be.
It's ambiguous, every episode is different, and it's an anthology series, so everything's different, guys. Go check that out now on either Hulu or Amazon Prime. And coming up this week on Hulu, Mission Impossible Fallout, the latest installment in the franchise, guys. Check that out. It's starring Henry Cavill this time, so you got a little bit of Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill action going back and forth. Check it out, streaming on Hulu right now, y'all. And we'll see you next time on the DBL Stream Team.
Enjoy the arts. This little girl collected art supplies for refugee children who had nothing. 8-year-old Jade Tibbetts and her mom talked about people in need, including hundreds of asylum seekers in their area. Jade wanted to do something to help.
I think that all kids should be able to express themselves with art and be creative.
So Jade and her mom collected art supplies and assembled kits. Then they donated them to a local organization called the Root Cellar.
8-year-old kids want to go to Target and pick out a toy for themselves, and she's like raising money to make art kits for kids. So like, she's my new hero.
Helping others is just something that comes naturally to this 8-year-old.
She is a good kid who wants to do good things.
I like doing it for them. Makes me feel really good.
Makes us feel good as well. You're definitely our hero. Coming up on DBL, even world leaders know how to get down. Wait till you hear who former President Obama has on his summertime playlist. And Deja Vu, the man who went viral for losing it at a bagel shop, does it all over again. We'll show you what happened this time, and that's later in the show.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Cool, y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all ready for this? All
All right, Tori, are you almost done with your crossword puzzle?
Yeah, you know, so the long ones, just so you know, were Baba Black Sheep, Boo Boo Bear, and Bye Bye Birdie. So it was all bees with an animal. But I would like to say this. I didn't realize that Yogi Bear's last name is just Bear. That's
They
dang.
didn't put a
Just
lot
it's
of
like,
thought into it.
Yeah, Yogi Bear. That's like, they didn't workshop that at all. So the question was, the cute bow tie cub in Jellystone is Boo Boo, and I'm like, what's Boo Boo's last name? It's just Bear. Could have done better, guys. We could have done better.
What was his whole thing? He was just a smart mouth bear?
Was he the ranger?
No.
I'd never watched, I found it so boring. Did anyone watch Yogi Bear? I did. Can you explain like the premise? Yeah, that's what we all know, Hey Boo Boo, but what was he doing there?
Steal picnic baskets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he was a thief, a theft.
Yeah, they're in Jellystone National
Yeah.
Park, right? And they'd steal picnic baskets.
So that was the whole premise?
Pretty
I
much.
feel like the whole thing could have been workshopped a little bit more. Yogi Bear, Bearowitz, just work with the bear at that point. But yeah, I guess they stole picnic baskets. Wow, life was so much simpler then. You know what Ellen DeGeneres says about, you know, that Andy Griffith show? You know where they go,
Yeah.
she goes, when there's time for whistling, there's a lot of time. She's like, nothing happened on that show.
Yeah.
I mean, there was very little that went on during that time. So.
I don't think the premise, that's why I just think it's so hard for those shows to hold up.
Yeah.
Is because it was like the whole 30-minute episode would be like, Tori can't find her shoe, and it's an hour before the dance.
That was it.
Like, that was
it.
That's the whole thing.
That's exactly what it's like. It's a little slow.
Then the parent comes in and gives you a talking to, and then you go.
The slow music comes on.
Okay, and then as you walk out, you find the shoe, and then you get the lesson, and you still get.
And you get to go to the dance. If you remember, Mr. Rogers was so against fast-paced kids shows like Animaniacs and fast-paced things like that. He once just had a tortoise on the show, and the camera pointed at the tortoise, and for like an hour, you just watched the tortoise.
But is that?
And he purposely wanted, he was a minister and someone who had psychology of children, wanted to slow down the pacing, but I was bored with
I don't
Mr.
think
Rogers.
you should slow down children's minds.
My sister loved it. I couldn't take it. I was a Sesame Street kid through and through. But if you're Mr. Rogers and you're interested, the documentary "Won't You Be My Neighbor" is, just so you know, when it ended, we were all in tears and the lights went up in the theater and everyone's like, put the lights down, we're sobbing. We were sobbing. I didn't even watch Mr. Rogers. Great guy. Turns out he's a great guy. Yogi Bear's always in the Rangers' hair. Oh, so that's it. That's the premise.
Yeah, the ranger just basically prevented him from stealing picnic baskets.
It's a weak premise.
That was.
Welcome back to DBL. Yet another video showing a Tesla driver asleep at the wheel is going viral. A couple caught on camera the Tesla driving on California's I-5 highway at speeds ranging from 70 to 75 miles per hour. The couple said they didn't report this violation to the police because they saw the driver eventually wake up. Meanwhile, Tesla is reminding everyone that its autopilot feature doesn't give drivers free range to sleep at the wheel.
In his defense, it's California traffic, and he never thought he'd have like a straightaway like that. He's like,
That's true.
Yeah, he probably should.
When have you ever gone 70 on the 5, ever?
Yeah, bumper to bumper, so I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think eventually they're going to figure this out, but like anything, you know, that's futuristic.
It looks like they already have.
There's a man sleeping. What technology do you
wait
have
till there's
right
a
now?
10-car pileup because of this. Then where's the technology?
Yeah. I mean, but with texting, I mean, we already have those.
You're right.
You know, it's.
You're right. So that might be even safer than people texting.
And people say less traffic jams and fewer accidents because of it.
I couldn't find myself falling asleep in a car.
No.
You know. Here's what's coming up next on DBL.
He's back. The angry bagel boss man who went viral after losing it.
Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss.
Does it again. Only this time, he's hauled off. Then former President Obama's summer jams. We'll tell you the surprising songs on his playlist and exciting movie headlines from a major bombshell in the new Star Wars flick to a Breaking Bad release date.
Heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking.
Don't miss it all when DBL comes back.
Real Nations, Raquel here. I'm just cleaning up around here. There's like some rogue chairs. I swear people just see me and run away and they like leave their chairs spitting still. So there we go. Hello, I have some breaking news. If you like SNL, Eddie Murphy is going to be hosting for the first time in 35 years. And you're gonna have to wait a couple months. It's gonna happen in December. I believe it's December 21st. And this is all part of his like big comeback plan because he's also planning a Netflix special, which is around the tune of $70 million. So good for him, good for the comeback. I want to one day have a career where if I decide to retire for a little bit and then show back up, people will pay a lot of money to see me again. So fingers crossed that is in my future. Well, if you had a guest you'd want to see host the show, let me know. I want to know what you think, what your thoughts are, because I think this would be my favorite, honestly, right now. Pretty happy about it. But anyway, I'll see you next break. Bye.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. We are live. Let's get started, guys. Remember the man who threw a fit at a bagel shop a month ago? He's back in the headlines, and in case you're having a hard time remembering who we're talking about, here's his infamous rant.
Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal. Enough. You shut up, too. Go ahead and attack me, big. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Who could forget that passion? Well, that passion landed him in cuffs over the weekend, and TMZ reports the bagel guy was arrested yesterday in the parking lot of a New York marina. Apparently, he got into it with another guy just moments before. He's since been released and has lost none of that fiery spirit. He posted a video late last night flipping off the camera while blasting Bad Boys.
Cool.
Good one. And we can't forget, he's still signed on to partake in a celebrity boxing match with Lenny Dykstra. It's happening September 28th in Atlantic City. So this guy's a celebrity now? He's official celebrity?
I think celebrity is like, it's like no different than like a porn star's a star. Like this guy's not a celebrity at all. This is a sad man who needs mental help. I mean, if this guy was 6'6" and screaming like this wouldn't be so funny. It would be a man having an outburst that needs to have some work, something looked at.
That's true.
And I mean, he clearly has a lot of anger management issues. It seems like this has been manifesting his whole life, and instead, you know, himself and other people have chosen to profit off it. So
are we to blame though for part of this, like partaking and watching this video? We're showing it on this show. Are we kind of the blame?
Yes. We're giving him the platform.
But it is what people are talking about, though. It's you know.
It's true. America, we're a young country. We like accidents, train wrecks, things like that. Human beings are sort of wired in that way, which is sick, but very true.
I think, let's be honest, right? If he's gone into that in the bagel shop and he's kicked off in that way, it's very rare that someone does that, you know, just off the cuff. That suggests to me that, you know, this is something that's happened before. He's got a bit of a temper. But what worries me is the amount of attention he's got, this kind of weird little level of fame where now he's like fighting in UFC and going into the octagon or whatever.
No, don't get confused. It's not UFC or MMA.
But he's going into like this big fighting thing and everyone's making it into this huge big deal.
Yeah, it's a celebrity match with Lenny Dykstra at some bar.
I worry that what if now, because he's got all this attention, he now feels like, you know, I've got to live up to this character, and he's just it's gonna spiral even further.
Well, he'll get more attention. That's what will happen until it peters out, and whatever happens to people like this, it'll happen to them. There'll be a new bagel guy in another couple months. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, since the beginning of Carnival Barkers, come on in and watch this guy bite the head off of a chicken, and people lined up, and they have ever since then to right till now.
Absolutely, man. The freak shows.
That's right.
All right, Tori, you have some breaking news on Eddie Murphy. Is that right?
I sure do, guys. Guess what's happening for the first time in 35 years? Breaking news: Eddie Murphy will host SNL.
Wow.
December 21st, the episode. He hasn't done it in 35 years. Remember, he was famously on SNL. The hot tub sketch is one of my all-time favorites. So he will be hosting December 21st for Christmas for SNL. So I think that's going to be amazing.
I wonder if he's going to relive a lot of his old sketches.
I was just going to say.
I hope he does.
I do too. I hope he gives homage to this amazing stuff.
Remember when he did the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think this is like for him to get his sea legs back for stand-up? Just getting back there, getting the timing back,
I think
just jokes and everything?
Coming to America.
Right.
I think it's a lot of people, a new generation who doesn't know who Eddie Murphy is going to see that. Think about that. A lot of millennials.
He does have a lot of stuff coming out now. That, like you said, Coming to America, I can't wait for.
Oh my God.
He's going to do stand-up, which means he's probably going to sell out arenas, I would guess.
Maybe go on tour.
Well, how many million was it he got offered for that deal for Coming to America? It was honestly, I don't know the exact number, but it was millions.
Yeah. Why do you think I know he does have a lot of kids and things like that, but I don't think, you think he's struggling with money?
Oh, no, not at all. Jeff, this thing is always going to be in you to do something.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did Doolittle. He did a lot of kids movies that made a ton of money.
He's waiting. Yeah, this has nothing to do with money. And I think, you know, I think a lot of people probably have that question. I think when you do stand-up, you always want to know, can I still do it? Can I get back out there one more time? And you start to see other people, you're like, I could do that. And I mean, Eddie Murphy's a man like anybody else. He wants to see what he's made of. So I think he's going to test it.
I'd rather be funny on my boat.
Yeah.
To all my money.
Everyone's hilarious on their boat.
Yeah.
They're like, have you heard Jeff? Hilarious.
Couldn't be better.
Yes, can we go back on your boat?
That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. Artists like Lizzo and Lil Nas X have a reason to celebrate. Former President Barack Obama tweeted out his annual summer playlist over the weekend, and it includes Lizzo and her song Juicy at number 6. Even Old Town Road made the cut at number 40. Obama also likes Beyonce, John Legend, and Drake, as well as some classics like Stevie Wonder and Steely Dan. Artists are reacting to the news that Obama is a fan, and Lizzo tweeted out, "I am not okay, and we are friends now. I don't make the rules."
I think that's just so exciting. I think
awesome.
it's, you know what's really cool too, and this is going to sound really cheesy. I like when presidents push out the arts. I really like that. I know music is for everyone, but there's a famous quote Winston Churchill actually said during World War II. Someone said in his bunker and said, "Should we get rid of the arts in education because we need more money for the war?" And he says, "Of course not, darling. Why on earth then are we fighting for?" And there's a sense of like the arts and music is somehow kind of forgotten a lot. And in school, the funding has gone way down. So I know this is silly, but he is slightly promoting the idea of music, and I think it's great.
And Al, you looked over the playlist. Any specifics you like?
There was a couple I really liked. He has a song by Q-Tip and D'Angelo called Believe, which is on Q-Tip's first album called The Renaissance, which I really liked. I really encourage people to check it out. There's also an album, Q-Tip did a song with Norah Jones as well, just like saying how much they both love hip hop. So check it out. It's The Renaissance. And also Gold Link, he has a song called Joke Ting. Yes, Ting, not Thing.
Right.
And that's a really good one. So we had like a lot of like kind of eclectic songs and also more mainstream songs as well. So I think there's something for everybody on that playlist. I was really impressed.
I like it. And
I want to get my hands on this playlist.
Yeah.
Apple should have it where you could just add it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right? Wow, thanks.
I love
But then you
it.
gotta buy all the songs.
No, if you're already on subscribe to Apple Music, you get any song you want. Just add it to your playlist.
I'm sure you
I'm
can. I bet
totally
you
going to
could
jam
download
out
it.
to
Yeah, I'm sure
Obama's
you could get that.
playlist.
Cute, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened? I don't know why I just thought about this, but
I can't wait for this.
No, what happened to Tracy Chapman? Remember?
Yeah.
Fast Car? She has the best voice I've ever heard, and I still love that song.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
I think she's kind of still
on her boat?
tours and just. I don't. You know, they were just like, music is so
I
weird
know.
because artists just get shelved. The couple issues
but
with
she
the
went away,
record
you're right.
company, and then like they shelve you for a couple years. You come back. It's like a lot of people. The record company has a lot to do with whether you ever hear from somebody again. That's why people have #1 hits, and you're like, what happened to that guy? Couple disputes, they take you, throw you on the shelf.
Her
and you're
voice
done.
is amazing. I love her. Wow, look at that. Wake up in there. All right, Taylor Swift has just put in place some new security measures. Let's get up to Raquel Villanueva. She has news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Taylor Swift will now have security cameras pointed at her backside every time she meets a fan. The singer tells The Guardian she wants to make sure she is never groped again. Swift was sued for defamation after a radio DJ was fired for reportedly putting his hand up her dress at a meet and greet. She countersued for sexual assault and won her case. Since then, Swift says she has been traumatized by the whole ordeal. She says it's something that if it happens again, she'll have video proof from every angle.
I'm really, really happy about this. Raquel actually reported for DBL on this. The trial was in Denver. She sued Taylor Swift for $1. It wasn't about the money. It was about that people didn't take her seriously, including this guy, called her a liar. And she said, no, I'm making a line in the sand. And now every little girl and boy who ever has someone touch their butt inappropriately, which has happened to me a million times, I'm sure, Steph, I can speculate that might have happened to you, has a roadmap on how to take control. And so I know it was pre-Me Too, but it was a big Me Too movement type of move, I think.
And it just shows you how far we've come in this show. And that was one of the first stories we did. We were on the air really before the Me Too movement. Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely.
And we've almost seen it
seem
play.
like it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that was really the beginning. Like the initial wave was this story that we covered.
Yep.
I remember. Yeah. Didn't Raquel go down to the courthouse?
I just said that. Were you listening? Thanks a lot.
I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute.
I was like, just let it ride.
Marinate in awkwardness.
All right, guys. Well, there's nothing worse than having your flight delayed and waiting for hours at your gate. But one Southwest flight agent came up with an ingenious idea to keep flyers happy. Well, she started playing games with everyone, including a contest for the worst driver's license picture. Well, we're inspired over here, so we wanted to see who has the worst driver's license photo here at Daily Blast Live. Tori, let's see yours. Let's start with yours.
Mine's nice because my hair was done for the show, and then I went straight there.
Great.
So I feel strong. I feel good about it.
I I like it.
You knew you were getting your photo, so you tried to look extra special?
I knew it, and I had them do an extra little blowout. I went in. They had good lighting in this place. I had my husband hold a little phone just to make sure. Extra lighting.
Oh,
yeah.
Tori's photo is good.
Thank you.
All right, Al, did you use extra lighting? Let's look at your photo.
No, mine is
Look.
terrible.
I'm excited.
Oh, you look cool. You look like a comic.
Cool.
Yeah, you look like a comic.
You look like, yeah, whatever. Hurry up.
Nice haircut, buddy.
Yeah,
What's
no,
wrong?
I like
did
that. It's a bit of
nothing. I look
attitude.
like I shaved in the mirror myself. I look terrible.
I like it.
You guys are being awfully hard on yourselves.
I look great.
Let's look at
Let's have a
mine.
look at Jeff's.
All right.
Oh, your hair's so dark.
Yeah, look at me. In my Illinois days, I'm never getting rid of that license.
It's a good jawline you have on that.
What are you saying?
You still have a good jawline.
Wow, you stepped in it right there, huh? Steph, why don't you save her?
Let's have a look. So in England, it's a bit different. So yeah, there's mine. It's just very black and white. It's not that exciting, is it?
Yeah, you look pretty. You look very serious.
I do look. In England, you're not allowed to. Well, you guys didn't smile either, but yeah, very serious.
They said no teeth for me.
No,
they said.
yeah, no teeth. It's
Really?
got to have your hair back.
Remember, this is going to throw you back since the beginning. Remember when we tried taking goofy pictures on our license?
On our badges.
On our badges?
Oh my God.
For here?
Mine's not good,
And
guys.
we got in big trouble.
We got in big
Yes,
trouble.
I do.
And I was like,
yeah.
My first day, my badge still is me being like,
did you get away with yours?
Oh, for sure. I still have mine.
I got yelled at. I remembered it was like my second day here, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fired for taking a stupid picture. Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, we got in trouble for that.
It was serious. It was serious. Security issue.
And like getting yelled at in your 30s.
On your second day of work. Moving back to California. Coming up on DBL, exciting new details on the new Breaking Bad movie. If you are a fan of the show, you definitely want to stick around for that. And we're getting our first look at the latest in the Star Wars franchise. Don't miss movie headlines right after this.
You dream, you
Come up with.
Pumpkin eater? Did he eat
Don't say it
something?
yet. Don't say it
Sleepy?
yet. We're trying to come up with what the term petered out comes from, and this is coming from a boy or man named Peter. Let's take. I didn't mean it like that.
Here is Peter.
So Peter says he knows what petered out means. Why don't you have a go? What do you think?
I said from I don't remember the fable, but Peter Pumpkin Eater, did he eat so much pumpkin that he got sleepy?
That's definitely it. The eating of the pumpkin making. That's not it. That's the.
term. What do you use it for? What expression?
To slow down.
To
like
sleep.
No.
You're emptying out.
It means short.
I thought it was
That's like in
tired,
football,
petered out.
When you
Yeah,
pump
I
the
got tired, like,
football-
I'm petered
Oh, yeah,
out.
you fell short. But what it means is it comes from sodium peter, like nitrate. It comes from the 49ers that like used to gold for mine. Bleh.
Did you switch bodies with Tori?
I can't talk right now. Anyway, it's when you used to try to find, we used explosives to go down to find gold. And if you fell short of the peter, you called it petering out. You're out of explosives to find gold. And it's a short term. That's why in football, when you punt the football, what does everybody yell when it's a short punt? Peter.
They
Fell
do?
short.
No, they say ice. Don't touch it, right?
Has anyone ever
I
yelled
didn't even know
Peter?
Yeah, they
I
say
didn't know
ice. It means
that.
like get away from it. I never heard a football term. Played football for a long time. I'm never like Peter.
That was a good, did you hear David? That was a good made up story.
That was definitely Tori switch bodies.
Steph, do you understand all the rules to American football?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
I would love to watch a football game.
I don't get why when you guys have tried to explain this again, when you kick it, sometimes you want it to go far, and sometimes you don't.
What do you mean? You don't want it to go in the end zone, so you don't want it to go past the goal line. So if you're punting, you mean? Like
So
to the
how
other
come sometimes
team?
people grab it and then like pull it in?
Well, here, if you're like, this is the end zone, you want to get as close as you can without going into it. And the other team wants to obviously get it down the field.
Right.
You know, so if this team's running down, they're going to down it closest to the end zone. If this team has a chance at running it back, they're going to run it back the other way.
But sometimes you want it to be in the end zone?
No.
Okay.
Welcome back to DBL. There's a lot of exciting movie news to share. First up, a look at the next Star Wars film. Check out this sneak peek of The Rise of Skywalker.
Your journey
we also see the late Carrie Fisher in the teaser trailer. Director J.J. Abrams says the footage of Princess Leia is from The Force Awakens, and it's been recycled in a new way. That's kind of cool. I like that. The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters December 20th.
I'm yet to see any Star Wars.
Ever?
Any Star Wars.
Ever?
That actually was the first clip that I've ever seen that made me slightly interested.
Really?
Yeah.
Star Wars is phenomenal because it's about good and evil, fathers and sons. It's the basis of humanity. It's really, really
Isn't
fantastic.
that what every story is based on?
No,
Like, isn't
this
it
is literally the dark side and the good side. It couldn't be more. Am I being played off?
No, I was.
We just started, and the booth is like, Tori's done.
Anyway, I like Star Wars.
Where can you find good versus evil, Steph?
Oh, I have
It's
no
one
idea.
movie.
Only one, apparently.
The concept is ingenious.
I'm saying it's a simplistic version.
But aren't there like a million Star Wars? Like about 20 to watch?
There are a lot, but I think the original 3 are a good place to start.
Yeah, I agree.
The original Lucas films are brilliant.
I've fallen behind on the last couple.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just like this, the original.
I mean, I got to vroom, vroom, jump, swing, fight. Yeah, I got
I'm just gonna let that go too.
Yeah. Breaking Bad fans.
Save that for the real, Jeff.
A movie based on the show is hitting Netflix this October. If you watch the series, you know how it ended. Walter White dies. And now it looks like the movie will focus on the hunt for Jesse Pinkman. Here's a clip of El Camino.
Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
What?
I think that's a lame trailer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very exciting. I don't really know what this is either.
I just wish I want to see.
You've never heard of Breaking Bad? You never heard of that series?
It's a very famous like American series, and it's about a science teacher who needed money and because of cancer and started making meth.
Why'd you pause like you couldn't say it?
I don't know.
Say science.
So what's going on now? So who's this guy?
So his partner, he found a partner, and it was Aaron Paul, the actor, and he's taking over, and it's all in the hunt to find him because he drives away in the end. But why not show him in the trailer?
Yeah, it didn't look very inspiring or exciting. Just looked like a dirty man being interrogated.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I would go just to watch
watching
that.
classics, huh?
If that was the name of the movie, a dirty man being interrogated, I'd be like, I'll take 2 tickets. See that.
Well, it's on Netflix, which makes me more
There we go.
interested in that. You know what I mean?
You'd have to pay other than your monthly subscription. So
Absolutely.
that means maybe no homework kids.
You should, I'm telling you,
will like it.
If you have Netflix, you should watch Breaking Bad. It's a good binge-watching
And
show.
Steph, I haven't seen it. I'll watch it with you.
Okay.
It is one of the best American
Yeah, I've
TV
never
shows
seen, but I feel like I have to.
It's really good.
Teacher.
I
So
know.
that makes me feel better that an American and a science teacher is saying that he's not watched it either.
I'm telling you, it's good stuff. All right, we're done here. Coming up on DBL, Tori has easy things you can do right now to get motivated on Monday.
I love that.
We'll be right back.
Every time.
Hey guys, today I am trying my very first Arbys Meat Mountain. Will it be as suspicious as the name sounds? Most likely. Let's give it a go. Now, here is my first viewing of said Meat Mountain, and it kind of looks creepy as hell. There's a lot of cheesy sauce going down the side. I don't know what you guys in America are thinking even inventing this. This is the ultimate carnivore's dream. I can see we've got some kind of crispy onions glued together in the bun with a delightful barbecue sauce. Not sure about that. Bacon, cheese. I think it's chicken, turkey. I think it's beef or pork. I don't know, but I can't really smell it because it smells so meaty. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. Okay, but for you guys, DBL Nation, I'm gonna give this a go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, I got a mouthful of chicken and that tastes great. I think I need to try some of the more meat stuff. I just need to like get in there more. You know what? I actually really like it. That is actually really good. I'm actually not that much of a meat lover, but holy smokes.
Holy smokes.
This is an 8 out of 10. You know what? This is worth, I don't know how much it costs. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't buy this, but however much it was. The smell is a bit intense. It's very meat potent, but the taste is delicious. I think upon seeing this monstrosity of many meaty flaps, it's falling apart. Most British people would be very alarmed. I mean, when I saw it, I mean, what is this? The presentation, Arbys, I mean, you need to work on the presentation game because this isn't really selling it. Kind of looks like, it just looks a mess. But when you get past that and the smell of multiple meats, the taste is delicious.
Today's So Woke, sponsored by So Clean. When you wake up in the morning, you reach for the coffee pot, right? Right. Wrong. Breakfast. Now, you know it's the most important meal, but it means nothing, nada, zilch, zill, if you don't do it right.
Have a mood-boosting meal like avocado toast or yogurt and berries before your first cup of joe. In fact, you should wait an hour to drink coffee after you wake up. That's when caffeine is more effective because the stress hormones naturally decrease.
Second tip, sunny days. Make sure you're getting those sunny days. Sunlight, people, you need some.
Psychologists say being outside for even 5 minutes can give you a happiness high. Now, if you can't get outside, open the blinds. Let the natural light in. It'll help you be more productive and focus.
And lastly, make sure you know what you're doing for the week by organizing a to-do list.
You know that checking off that list makes you feel proud and relieved.
Buy workout pants.
Giving you a better week of sleep. And for more ways to rest easy, call So Clean at 1-800-721-2450.
We will be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hey, welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. Thanks for joining me, and if you didn't know, I'm Dre for the Slay, and today we're talking about some of the new beauty trends that are coming. Now, I had to use my sidekick powers and go ahead and look into the future a little bit to see what's going on with the beauty world. We've seen a lot happen in the last couple of years, from big bushy brows to these crazy highlights on the face and everything in between. But I feel like we're actually rolling back into some great eras with what's going on in the near future for fall beauty trends. Now, for our 2019 fall beauty trends, I'm seeing monochromatic looks everywhere. Now, these are great because you're using something like a lipstick that you're wearing. Think of a red lipstick, and you're taking that same color and applying it to your cheeks, and maybe even to the high temples of your cheekbones as well. And then sometimes, like we did with Lex a couple weeks ago, go back and look at that video, even using it on the eyes. Now, I'm seeing this pop up more and more on fashion walkways, so I'm thinking it's gonna catch on into fall as well. Now, another look that I see coming on up is graphic liner. Yes, I'm here for this look so much. Remember the 60s, very like Kennedy-esque, those big wing liners, or sometimes more of like that liner that just is etched out on the eye, and more designed looks overall in general. These are great for really making sure that you're making a look that is you're making a look that says something, okay? You can really step out into these looks, which I'm here for. Take any type of liquid liner. My personal favorite is actually Maybelline 24-Hour Precision Studio Liner. It's thebomb.com, and it's cheap, honey, so you never have to worry about it just going out on you, okay? Now, for more fall beauty trends, let's talk about some more actually next week, and you can check part 2 out for our next video. Go ahead and make sure that you're following @Dre for the Slay and Daily Blast Live for more Beauty Blasts, and we'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. A clip from our show went viral.
Show?
That's right, buddy, with 4 million views over the weekend. If you didn't see it, check it out.
Take a moment, savor it. Jeff looks a little bit more reactionary on this one. I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Corey, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
And people are even putting their own edits on it. Take a look at this one. It's genius.
Corey, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! Stop it! That was good.
That was a good one. You know, it's funny. I wasn't even really part of that, and my wife is like, "Were you in some video?" Everyone's writing me and DMing me. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she had to show me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was hilarious."
I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, that happened a while back.
No, it was last week.
I know it was last week, but I feel like it didn't go viral that day. It seemed like this weekend.
Someone named Richard Staple put it on, and it got like 3 million hits on Twitter, and then the Shade Room picked it up and put it on Instagram. And a lot of people thinking we were like upset or Al was actually burning. No, it was a great burn, and we can make fun of each other. We love each other. That's the best part about this show.
When you spend 100 weeks with each other, we can do that.
Look at Al leading into our next thing. We are celebrating a big milestone here at Daily Blast Live. That's right, we're entering our 100th week of shows. We want to thank everyone, our viewers, everyone who works here.
Everybody.
In the booth back there. Rob's going to get a shot of, that guy doesn't work so hard, but he's here. I'm just joking. But you work hard, man. Everybody here, all these people, a lot of them aren't even here right now.
It's lunchtime now, people.
There's a control room. So happy 100, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yay, Courtney!